Well, guess what? No hackers are more powerful than old Rudy Coleman here. Accessing their data link. Their Pentagon security only has about like 64 gigabytes of dedicated VRAM. Like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm in. And just like that, the CIA is completely felted. And we have the second part of the manifesto. Yes, the second part of the manifesto. So, just a recap for anyone who missed part one. Let's go over what we learned about Eliot. One is that all of his friends, quote-unquote friends, make fun of him and just punk on him. That's the only reason why they keep him around, because he's a fucking loser. Two is that his dad is a total fucking beta male who didn't know how to fucking raise Eliot. And he grew up with some retarded narcissistic complex. That's what we learned, but we already fucking knew that. Let's see what chat's saying. Quick rundown, please. Well, Eliot was the supreme gentleman. He started the gamer revolution and the incel uprising, and he was tantamount to things like Donald Trump being elected and Gamergate. So, really, all good things come from the supreme gentleman, and all things of beauty and purity are drawn to him, which is why Rudy is here now, and why you guys have joined me on this adventure. So, I think, yeah, like part one ended with, we ended at 2011. We got that far, and essentially Eliot, law of attraction. So Eliot believes that, like, if he believes good things will happen to him, they will, and because he deserves to have a girlfriend and he deserves to have sex, that it simply will happen to him. So he's essentially banking on that and the lottery. But he's given up WoW, he's given up all that shit, and he's fully committed to pursuing a good life there. So can he do it? Can he do it over the next fucking 4 hours? Because this part is like way longer than the first one. That's not gonna work. Anyway, so our story begins now at the beginning of 2011. Let's continue. Here begins a new diary for my life. And what an accomplished life I've lived. Yeah, right. Sorry. My view of this world is so different from everyone else's. Why? Well, I'm sure many factors play into it, but I know the main reason why I am the way I am is my past experiences. All the loneliness I've had to endure, all the rejection, alienation, the inclusion, exclusion, all that and more, has made my life a struggle. The struggle must be won, but in a good way, in a positive way. I wish to be loved, and to be loved, I want to be accepted by society. I want girls to be attracted to me. So far, I've only known the opposite. So far, I'm still frustrated and sad. I haven't given up hope, though. There is still a little over 100 days until I turn 20, and there's plenty of time. I need to make a great push of all effort to achieve all my goals and desires, and that trust I am worthy of the opposite sex. Despite my circumstances, everyone who has insulted me and slighted me in the past, I want to prove them all wrong. I want to prove them all that I'm better than them. They think I'm a loser, but I'm not. I will be a winner. So, we can tell from the language there, in the first part, that, what does he say? All that struggle must be won, but in a good and positive way. So in the back of his mind, the day of retribution is something that is definitely going to happen now. It is locked in. But if he can achieve a good positive life before he turns 20, he keeps setting a fucking deadline for like when he's actually going to get off his ass and improve his life. Ooh, amazing. Yeah, that always works out well for all the fucking people who wake up when they're 30 and like they've been just in needing their whole life. That's essentially what Eliot would have been doomed to, but he's making changes now. Let's see what chat's saying before we really get into it. Every day is a struggle to walk from his house and to his BMW. Aw, shit, here we go again. So the last part was only 80 pages, and this is 114, so it's gonna be a little bit longer. But let's get into it. Here, oh, we already read that. Time is moving much too fast for my liking. It's already April, damn it. In the beginning of 2011, I resolved to do everything I can to change my life, for the better, before I turn 20. Now, 3 months have passed, and I haven't accomplished much. This is causing me many episodes of anger and frustration, which is only making my situation worse. I'm still a virgin and an outcast, and if I keep at this pace, I'll be in the same position even when I'm 20 years old. Oh my god! In 200 days, he's gonna be 20, and then his life will be over because he's still a fucking virgin. As if, like, those 200 days meant anything. Ooh. And an outcast. If I keep at this pace, how sad is that? At age 13, in fact, I've read about how many times. Wait, what? Oh, I've read online boys are having sex at age 13. In fact, that's not normal to be, like, have your first sexual experience at 13, by the way. Uh, they're younger than me, and have been loved and pleasured by girls, and here I am, almost 20, lonely and unwanted. How do they do it? What do they have that I don't have? It's like they were born with some sort of special ability. I hate them for it. Yeah, they spec'd into charisma instead of hapagenetics there, Eliot. All this self-help books about positive thinking and the law of attraction doesn't seem to be helping either. Oof, so he's given up already in the law of attraction. This thing that was gonna be the surefire ticket to success for his life, he's given up. I tried all the tips they gave me, and I'm still miserable. Was I just born to fail? Recently, I've been trying to perfect my British accent. He's trying to perfect his British accent. Like, that's gonna fucking help him at all. Like, oh, girls love men who are fucking exotic, so maybe if I think I'm British, they'll fucking fuck me. Amazing. Did Kraut write this? No. Uh, someone, although Eliot, like, is the descendant of German Jews. So perhaps, I don't know. Recently, I've been trying to perfect my British accent. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Kraut with his fucking. Oh no, not the British. Yeah, everything fucking good comes to die when the British are involved. Uh, yeah, just like Godwin's. I haven't spoken for quite some time. I have two accents, American and British. I've been used to speaking in my American accent as I've lived in California for almost 13 years now, but I can still change it back to British if I try hard, and I just need to get accustomed to it again. I hope that if I use my British accent more often, I'll become more attractive. I'll get I'll attract more attention from girls. I heard that American girls think British accents are sexy. We'll see. So guys, do you think this strategy of speaking like he's a fucking limey retard is gonna work? So yeah, that's so fucking weird that, like, I don't know. Normally people do that to seem like posh and upper class, but he's just doing it to seem exotic. Like it's gonna increase his sexual market value if he's a shy, awkward British fucking retard, as opposed to a shy American Happa retard. British. Yeah, British isn't a fucking accent. We already know how the ride ends. Well, let's see how we get there. Let's see how it gets there. I hate my sister so much. All my life she's treated me as if I'm a loser. She has absolutely no respect for me. I'm her older brother and far more intelligent, yet she acts as if she's older and smarter. It's hard to be nice to her and get along, but she just ruins it by insulting and provoking me day after day. It causes me to react with seething rage because I have so much built up anger inside of me from all the rejection and all the mistreatment I have had to endure from society. My sister is an unsympathetic, heartless bitch. Well, she's probably your sister, Eliot. I'm speaking directly to you, Eliot. She's probably just joshing you, and you're too much of an autistic to fucking realize that. So she's acting like she's better than you because, like, she understands, like, how to bullshit better than you, I guess. The release date for the new Song of Ice and Fire book called Dance with Dragons by George R. R. Martin has finally been announced. I'm very excited to read it. This fantasy series is my personal favorite. It's to be released on July 12th, which is dangerously close to my 20th birthday. On the book's website, I found a countdown towards the day it would be released. The countdown is very significant to me, as the release date is so close to my 20th birthday. I'm treating this countdown as the countdown to the last days as a teenager. I made this website page my home page, so I can see the countdown every day. It fills me with so much dread every time I look at it, and I realize how much little time I have as of right now. There's only 98 days, 5 hours, 31 minutes, and 5 seconds. Like, holy shit. This is like, it's such like a line in the sand that, like, turning 20, once you've crossed it, it's over. You know what I mean? If you can't say you technically lost your virginity in your teenage years, it's over. Like, if Eliot loses his virginity like 1 second after he turns 20, he still can't technically say that, like, he lost his virginity in his fucking teenage years. And you'll never have a satisfying life if you don't get laid by the time you're 13. He should have whacked her. Holy fuck, he was gonna kill like his little brother. Like he was gonna kill like his little 6-year-old brother because he was like destined to become a Giga Chad and get tons of pussy. But only under the grace of the Supreme Gentleman and his supreme mercy was Jazz able to live. It's really Eliot that gave him that opportunity to get laid in the future. Based Eliot, sparing the fucking 6-year-old. Uh, Once the countdown falls to zero, I'll only have 12 more days as a teenager since my birthday. It's on the 24th, and I really need to act fast and come up with a plan for a better life. My life is so dismal, I feel so lost and alone. I have no friends, girls don't want to have anything to do with me. They treat me like I'm a loser and alien. I feel unwanted and worthless, and the pain only grows as time goes on. It's torture, every day, not to panic. It's torture to try and not panic every day. Fuck, man. He's he's gonna go home and crash into slumber because the the fucking Chads and Stacy's tricked him again. Whoops. Yep. I've been doing a lot of practice writing lately. I have written a couple of short stories and scenarios on my computer. I even showed one of them to my parents, and they said I have real writing talent. Yeah, like when your mom says you're just the most handsome prince ever, you can't really take that. Oh, fuck. I gotta fix the selfie stick, hold on. You can't really take that as an actual, like, compliment. Your mom will just say whatever because she's your mommy, and your mommy loves you and will always support you no matter what. So, and that's good. So this could be a career path for me. It could be a career path to success. I haven't forgotten about the epic story plan I came up with almost a year ago. In fact, I've actually been giving a lot of thought and improved on it. I have two epic story ideas now, which are quite similar to one another. Oh, excuse me. I'm honking and snorting like DSP. I'm writing about, yeah, that's the issue. I've had too many doubts about myself and thus haven't taken positive action. I just got back from the gym. I have been doing a lot of extensive workout. My main focus for this is to look more attractive to girls. Maybe girls will actually show an interest in me if I make my body more muscular. I'm trying hard to get broad shoulders and develop a six-pack abs. Everyone knows girls love abs. Well, no, Elliot, girls love the ass, bro. You gotta just start doing squats, dude. That's why he failed. He should have taken the femboy pill. I started working out well over a year ago, though I stopped doing that much when I played World of Warcraft back in late 2010. Now I'm starting to really work on training my body again. I have to go to the gym every single day now for the last 3 months. So far, disappointingly, my body hasn't been showing much improvement. This often frustrates me. I went to my father's house for dinner yesterday, and it was a nice experience. We talked about many things. I got to spend more time with my little brother Jazz. He is growing very fast. He is much bigger than I was at his age. Yeah, you can already hear the resentment coming through. He is quite a talker too, as well as very loud and festy. It's a bit worrying. Perhaps it's just a phase. Oh no. Eliot's realized that he may have to strike down his own flesh and blood because he will become a Chad eventually and betray Eliot. But yeah, about that like going to the gym thing, man. Like he just gives up. Like with the law of attraction, he just gives up on it the second he doesn't immediately get results from it. Like he doesn't understand that like it's really diet and exercise that like make the man. But he wasn't willing to. He wasn't willing to go that deep into it. Uh, it really just was. It really just was for like to have like an attractive body like that. But if you're not like committed to like working out every day like you have to be, you'll just lose that body. Uh, the new HBO series Game of Thrones is absolutely spectacular. I enjoyed every minute of it, and how accurate it follows the story of the books. I can't wait to watch the next episode. Yeah, he really loves Game of Thrones, so it's probably good. It's probably a good thing that he died before the season finale. It's like the only show he really talks about extensively in his writings. I hate Moore Park College so much. I've been here for almost a year now and I feel like an outsider every time I walk through that clean concrete campus. I'm invisible there, a loser. I haven't made a single friend. Not only that, I've barely had any conversations with people. Why don't these arrogant, exclusive young people want to talk to me? Why don't these people ever try to initiate friendship with me? Why don't people accept me? Young people are just arrogant, selfish, cold hearted bullies. I've been mistreated by other young people all throughout my teenage years, and now it's happening at Moore Park. When I walk to classes, I see other young people together in groups. I see men talking with pretty girls. I see couples kissing and fondling each other, and I'm all alone. Instead of accepting me and welcoming me in, they give me this arrogant, I'm better than you look. They exclude me and look down upon me. How dare they? I saw this meme the other day that was like, you know that like two people telepathically communicating with each other. It's like I have the magic ability to determine what people think of me in their head and act as if it were reality. That's Eliot. Entitled as fuck, entitlement to the max. I know he believes like he's entitled to these people's time to like go up to them and like for them to like reach out to him and just like accept him into their friend group. Like fuck. No, just go out and fucking speak to them, like we saw in the last part. No, I'm just repeating myself at this point. The fact that I have a sex drive but unable to fulfill it makes me feel so unnatural. I should be having sex, but I can't because girls don't want me to have sex with them. They don't even consider me. It makes me feel so unwanted and worthless. I don't even feel human because of this. Every day I feel a deep surge of pain to the core of my being when I think about how unwanted and undesired I am in the world. Oof, Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, like Elliot, when you have a girlfriend, you're gonna be doing other shit with them when you're not fucking them. Like, fuck, that's like the only thing he really cares about in a relationship. He just wants a girl to like fuck and to have like on his shoulder to make other people feel jealous. Like, fuck, there's no like he never talks about like romantic shit, like watching fucking Game of Thrones with like your girlfriend or playing WoW with her. It's all just like showing up at like events with people. Like that's what he talks about. Anyway, this past week has been very depressed. I've been very depressed. The most debilitating depression of this year. In fact, I didn't get anything done. Nothing at all. I didn't even have the will to go out to the gym to exercise. I spent a lot of the time sitting in my room and feeling sad, brooding over Adult Addison Adeldorf's horrible words. I am so ashamed. So much time wasted. And by the way, like the last time he hung out with Addison was like over a year ago at this point. It's already May. Oh how fast time flies. There's only 63 days on the countdown now, and I'm doing a lot of intensive research on the law of attraction, trying to see if I can make use of my tedious uh mysterious concept to make my life happy. I try and think positively, but it's such a struggle. Every day I'm reminded of how lonely and unwanted I am. Uh, the next day, my semester at Moore Park College is almost at an end, and there's only one more week left. I need to study for the final exam that's coming up, but I just can't find the incentive. I've had a miserable time at this college, and that affects how much effort I put into studying for the damn classes. I want to do my best and get good grades, The problem is that my sadness and anger depress me, draining away all my motivation. Wow, this really does read like something you might find on Tumblr. An artist like exactly like Chris Chan. Chris Chan would complain about being depressed and that like contributing to him not fucking completing Sonichu. So what does Chris do when he's depressed? He just plays video games and watches the Cleveland show all day. Just like Elliot Rodger. Holy fuck. The moral of the story is don't be autistic. Seeing couples in public is so torturous. I cannot stand it, especially when these people publicly display affection to one another. It makes me feel so inferior as I'm not good enough to experience such heaven and can only watch others doing it. The guy is younger than me, and it's 100 times, then it's 100 times worse. So the fact that he's younger than him makes it worse. The other day at the mall, I saw a high school kid walking around with his hot girlfriend, and it filled me with rage in all caps. Well, the semester is finally over, and I'm done with Moore Park. Done, done, done. Every day I went to that college, I would always depart in it feeling sad and upset. I was such an outcast there, just as I am an outcast everywhere else. I've always been an outcast. At Moore Park, I feel like everyone had a group of friends, and I was the only one left out. No one ever talked to me. No one ever paid me attention to me. And the girls, there were just so many hot girls there. Just looking at them made my whole body and soul tingle with desire. Not one of them even gave me a second look. Hell, they didn't even give me a first look. Whenever they walked past me, they would tilt their beautiful heads away. It was nothing to them. It hurts me so much. Just thinking about it makes me want to cry. All these girls willingly give their affection to other men, and yet they treat me like scum. It's so unfair. How could they choose other men over me? How dare they treat me this way? What mean and evil creatures they are. How could such beauty be so evil? I don't want to go back to Moore Park. I really, really don't. I can't stand it there. I feel too frustrated and sad. Next semester I want to go to a different college, but how would another college be any different? I will still be excluded, wouldn't I? I would still be a loser. Oh, this is all so dreadful. So, this is actually depressing because Elliot doesn't want to go to college, but like college is the only place where he can possibly socialize with other people. He's around people his own age, and he's like taking classes with them, and that's encouraged. So he doesn't want to go to college because it makes him feel sad, but he's in a desperate bid to improve his life. So like he wants to just stay in his room all day. Like, it's so fucking retarded. It's like college is really the last fucking like uh controlled environment you're going to be put in with other people besides work. And so you might as well make use of this fucking time while you can. And you can't even fucking do that, like he'd just rather fucking stay in his room. No one was impressed with the Cockney accent. They were overcome with the urge to blow my little baby ting. Yeah, that's right, buddy. You got the micro penis energy. And then your fucking Cockney scumbag accent doesn't even fucking matter. Do you think the cult of Eliot is a LARP? Or they're actually men viewing him as a role model? Well, yeah, I mean, look at the fucking guy who committed that van attack. Like, like he was even more autistic than Elliot was. Yeah, you know the guy I'm talking about, the guy in Toronto who ran over those people, and he did that fucking interrogation where he's like, "I did it to start the beta uprising." Like to him, it was real, and to like a lot of these incels, like it's fucking real. Like this isn't like when you see like Elliot Rodger being memed on 4chan, it's kind of just a joke. But like to actual like dedicated incels, like Elliot Rodger like is a fucking like a saint icon. Like Saint Elliot isn't a meme to them almost. There's like a saying in the incel community, going ER, like going Elliot Rodger. And I think that's what the guy said. Fuck, we'll pull that up afterwards. But let's continue. Yeah, I don't fucking remember I don't remember the guy's name, but if you go to Jim Can't Swim's YouTube channel, you can find that interrogation video, and it's like fucking hilarious. The guy just opens up to like the first person who appears to him as like a fucking friend. It's kind of depressing actually. But let's continue. Uh, the law of attraction is such an alluring theory for so many months. I've been wrestling with myself on whether to try to fully believe it and practice it, or dismiss it as it was a waste of energy and emotion. Sometimes it makes me feel so hopeful, for other times it makes me feel like a fool to believe in it, especially after reading about what so many other people, and it dashes my hopes. So like he's been on and off this law of attraction for like a fucking year now, and it still hasn't worked. Go get that F slur channel, F slur. We'll do that. Tell you what, after we're done this, we'll go over that interrogation, okay? Incels are depressing. It's what they do. Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, man. Like I know a lot of people who are like involuntarily celibate, but they're not like fucking crazy where they're like, oh, I gotta mu max my jaw and like make sure I'm like fucking like brow maxing and whatever. Like it's all this like really weird shit. Like fuck, man, people who actually believe in that are like fucking crazy. But like a lot of what they say, like it does have like some bearing on reality. Like if you are some like Asian manlet who's like bald and has a micro penis, like you're probably fucked. But for like a lot of these incels, it's just like unfiltered nihilism to be like involved in this community all the fucking time. Do we have any more chats to go over? We're just gonna keep going. They're all pathetic people who want to feel good about themselves. They'll do anything to destroy their own egos, whether it's reality or not. Exactly. Like they just have the failure mindset. Like you can't possibly succeed if you view yourself as like a true cell. You know what I mean? Like, like you gotta have big dick energy, which essentially what that means is you feel like you have the biggest dick in the fucking room. And if you don't feel like you're the best, uh, if you feel like you're just destined for failure, then you will fail. Anyway, back in January, my parents and I talked about the possibility of me moving to Santa Barbara for college. They agreed that they would pay for all my funds and expensive if I moved there. I had previously done some research on Santa Barbara City College and the town itself, and found that it's a great place to live and go to college. So Eliot is so fucking insane that his parents are willing to pay for him to get out of there and like move the fuck out. Like one half to help him like learn some independence, and like the second half to get him the fuck out, because at this point he was like kind of crazy. A place to live and go to college. When I did that research, I felt a glimmer of hope. It is indeed a hopeful prospect. A different town, a new college. Trying living out of my mother's house. Could be could this be the chance to get the love and this acceptance I so crave? I wondered, maybe I could get a girlfriend there, I thought. I remember feeling so enthusiastic about it. I felt like it was something I had to do. I had to get the life of love and companionship that I've always wanted. And now here I am. I have moved out of my mother's house and living in Isla Vista, which is part of Santa Barbara next to UCSB, which is where I'm considering transferring to after community college. Here I am living in beautiful Santa Barbara, an area with lots of college students, lots of hot girls. I've lived here for 3 days now, and my hope is starting to wane. In fact, I've had doubts about this even before I moved here. After going through the first few months of 2011, I feel more and more disappointed. With every lonely day, I started to think that moving to Santa Barbara would be pointless. Yes, there are many college students here. Wait, what? Oh. Yes, there are lots of hot girls here, but there are lots of hot girls at Moore Park College too. I couldn't get any attention from the girls at Moore Park, so how can I expect to get any girls and fit in here? I was excluded at Moore Park. What if I'm also excluded at Santa Barbara? This is really worrying. Even though I had all these doubts, I still moved here because I am so desperate. My life needs a change. I will do anything to fulfill my desires. Oh, how lovely life would be if I can have my desires come true. Love, lust, passion, wealth, beautiful girls. Like that's all he wants in life. That's all he's just laid out his fucking desires. Uh so sweet, so heavenly. I want to make love to a beautiful girl. I want her to love me. I want to be her man. I would feel so special right now if only I can dream, if only I can hope. A lot of this does come off as like erotic, like just like masturbating about his desires. So like why not just go all out and start fucking masturbating? your sexual fantasies onto the page. Uh, I don't know. He's pretty consistent though. This does feel like venting coming straight from his soul, but I still feel like Elliot does have an ego and won't even admit like his true failings even to himself. It's pretty funny though. So he moves to Santa Barbara, and Santa Barbara is like a fucking college town. So you have fucking bars everywhere because like nightclubs too, because it's a college town. So like all the industry and like shit is gonna be centered around like catering to those people. And like he's moved out, he has his own fucking place. His parents bought him his car. He has fucking everything, but it's still not good enough for him. Man, it's still not fucking good enough. I'd rather live like Shaggy. I mean, weed, beer, and Asian escorts doesn't sound all that bad. Well, again, like, do you think Shaggy like sits around and wonders, "Oh God, do women like not find me attractive?" Even though Shaggy like literally looks like a fucking homeless person. Like he's not that. That's not like Shaggy literally says like, "Yo, I'm gonna get multiple women," and that's like the Chad Big Dick energy that Elliot needed. Like Shaggy like looks like a homeless crack addict, but in his mind, he's still like the big Chad Dick nigga who's gonna get like 50 Mormon wives or whatever. But Elliot's like, oh no, I don't have the fucking Hugo Boss like Lamborghini or whatever, like the Hugo Boss T-shirt with the Lamborghini that's like fucking Louis Vuitton like wrapped or whatever, like. So Sigma male grind set exactly like fuck. Uh, I moved out of my mother's house. Oh yeah, we already did that. I drove around Santa Barbara to explore and observe. It is truly a beautiful city, like Malibu and Calabasa combined. Ooh. There are a lot of hot, beautiful girls everywhere, especially at the college I'm going to. I've already walked over to the campus and spotted so many gorgeous beauties. This should be a good thing for other guys. It is probably good for me, though. Whether Whether I see a beautiful girl and she just walks by me without even looking at me, I feel so inferior. I wish I was attractive enough for girls. I should be. I deserve to be. I deserve to be attractive enough for fucking girls. Like, so self-defeating. Like that's his entire fucking life in a nutshell. Like the only time Elliot was happy in life was when he was like a fucking child and had like no responsibilities. And like he writes about like the only years of his life like where he was happy were those like childhood years. Like his favorite movie is Land Before Time because it's just like an escapist fucking fantasy. Uh so many conflicting emotions, they turn on me. They make my whole body tingle with desire. I want to love them. I want to be with them. And I feel so frustrated and sad. Girls have ignored me my whole life. Their affection seems impossible to attain, which is so heavenly pleasurable, which to attain such heavenly pleasurable exists in this world. I'm unable to have it. Oof. Like again, if like sex is like the most important thing in your fucking life, you're gonna be disappointed when you finally get laid and it only lasts for 2 seconds and you're like, oh well, that was it. Uh Chan, I don't is that the movie where the kid gets lost in a land full of giants? I think you're talking about Roald Dahl's classic movie, the BFG, uh The Big Friendly Giant. I don't think so. I don't think that. No, Land Before Time. No, that was like a Disney movie with dinosaurs. The Big Friendly Giant's like a book. Coach would have saved him. Yeah, well, Happa's gotta fucking unite. Well, I don't think 30 days is enough to save Elliot. Like, Coach can only accept concubines for 30 days, and that's it. Elliot really needed the full like fucking wife like Coach experience. Self pity and depression is why he's so unattractive from a mile away. He's not ugly, it's the personality, is the most repulsive trait he can have. Yeah, I know, right? Like, again, like I said this in the previous episode, but people can just tell that in your fucking personality if you're trying to like be a poser and just like boost. You know what I mean? Like, like he's trying to make himself appear like he's trying to change himself to appear like attractive to these women, but like people will see through that you just don't have the fucking swag that like people who can normally do that have. Uh, Fuck, we keep getting distracted. I want to love them. I want to be with them. Uh, Whenever I see a hot girl, I always think, why can't I be with her? Why do I always have to be alone and have to watch other guys enjoy hot girls? Why do girls go for other guys but not me? I'm such a nice, generous guy, willing to love a girl and treat her with the utmost affection. Well, there's your mistake, buddy. You know, nice guys never always finish last, bro. And it's the fucking chads who get the women. Yeah, girls are always giving their love and attention to horrible jerks. It makes me boil with rage. I think the whole nice guy thing. I think a lot of Eliot's experience with just like talking with people comes from like movies and shit like that. So like he thinks that like, oh, because I'm nice, like I'm the prince. You know what I mean? Like a girl should like want to go after that. Even if you got girls' money, he still be dickheaded like those ex nerds who, sorry, like those mistreat women. Exactly, like it wouldn't have been good enough for him if he got a girlfriend, she wouldn't be hot enough. You know, if he got like a girlfriend who was hotter, there'd be a guy who's like fucked 50 different women. You know what I mean? And then he'd be like, "It's so unfair that like I've only had sex with 5 women and these guys have had sex with 50. I mean, what does Tyrone have that I don't?" You know what I mean? Like he never would have been satisfied unless he was king of the world. So like in his perfect world that he writes about at the end of at the end of My Twisted World, he writes about like a world where he'd be happy, and it's a world where he's king and like no one has rights. You know what I mean? Usually don't like pleasers. Yeah, like a lot of like really fucking hot girls know they're fucking princesses and that guys will fight over them. So like entitled bitches like that aren't even fucking worth it. I said in the previous video that he should go after like ugly chicks. Uh, uh yeah, like Eliot should have went to bars and did a bit of dope. Yeah, why didn't he just go to the strip club and start railing fucking lines of coke with strangers and then go on some fucking bender party adventure? That would have been fun. You know, he would have remembered that, and that might have drawn him out of his fucking depression. Tomorrow is my first day at Santa Barbara City College. I am feeling anxious and worried about it, but also excited. With a new college comes many new opportunities and a chance to start fresh. I just go in with hopes and smiles and hope for the best. I am so scared about what I might possibly see there. A young couple of hot girls walking with hot douchebag guys, a guy kissing his hot girlfriend. Such sights will break my heart, tear at my soul, stab my ego, consume me with rage. I've just had I'll just have to try not to concentrate on them, pretend they don't exist. Yes, that's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll just cope and seethe in my fucking schizo head world and pretend these people don't exist. That's what I'll do. If I catch a glimpse of one, I'll just keep looking away. I'll just think to myself that I'm better than them, and that before long I will be much more successful and make up for my loss. My first week at the new college is over, and I've already dropped one or two of my classes. It was my history class, and it was hell. There were some hot, beautiful girls. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore. But they never paid any attention to me. They talked to the other guys in the class, but not me. I thought a rich incel was oxymoron. No, he all of his money comes from his dad and like his mom. Like Eliot worked like one job in his life for like a day or whatever. But not me. There were so many girls in that class who were stealing. There's so many guys in that class stealing the girls from me. I hated watching them casually flirt with the girls. I hated them. I just couldn't stand it anymore. After 2 days, I decided to drop it. My only other class is geography, which isn't that bad. Only having one class this summer gives me more time to concentrate on my true goal, which is finding a way to get rich very fast. Well, maybe if you like took business or like finances. Like why do you just do that? Like he's taking history and geography here, but he should be taking like writing, like art, theater, because that's what he's interested in, and then like business and shit like that, you know? Like fuck. He's at school and he has like no like his only goal in life is to get laid. Like he doesn't like after he gets laid, he doesn't give a shit what happens. He's not in school to become like a fucking lawyer and make like a shit ton of money. Gives me more time to concentrate, which I'll need to get rich as soon as possible. It's the only way to make up for my lack of love and sex. Yeah, no, Bronx. Like his dad, his mom like worked with George Lucas. His dad is like an accomplished. His dad was like the assistant director on like the Hunger Games. Like these aren't like small time people. Like Eliot's grandfather was like he's like a world famous photographer, and he was one of the first guys to take pictures of the concentration camps. So like this guy isn't like a nobody. Like he's been to every like Star Wars premiere because like he's important or whatever. So like he's not like he's a fucking important guy. Yeah, like his parents are rich, and he has like a lot more clout than any of us ever would have had, even before this happened. Uh, I hated them. I just couldn't stand it anymore, and after 2 days, I decided to drop it. I lived in Santa Barbara for almost a month now, and so far I am not satisfied. I am all alone here. I have absolutely no one to talk to. This is not how I was hoping it would be. To be. I live in Isla Vista, a college town, and yet I'm all alone. I don't know anyone here, and no one knows I exist. It's not like I'm trying every night. I walk around the town or sit in cafes, restaurants, hoping someone would talk to me, but no one has the heart to reach out. Well, that's the problem. Like, you're not at the bar. Like, if you sit at the bar, people will fucking talk to you. You know what I mean? Uh, just go for a walk, bro. He might as well have had like a Chris Chan attraction sign, but no one has the heart to reach out. Hey, are you guys getting a bit of deja vu? Like fuck, man. Like I feel like I've read like the same page over and over again, Elliot. You feel like you might want to talk to like a therapist or something about this? Uh, No one has hard to reach out to me. There's so many young people here, but they're all walking in groups. They all look at me walking alone as if I'm some sort of weirdo. They're so cruel, heartless bastards. I've read online that Isla Vista and Santa Barbara are full of hot college girls. That was one of the main factors that made me decide to move there. And it's true. This place is full of beautiful girls, especially blondes, my favorite. But now that I've realized that I've been here for a while, I've realized the horrible truth. There are so many other men here too that will steal them from me. What's worse, that these girls often seem to prefer the tall jock guys instead of a nice gentleman like myself. It's such an injustice. Yeah, again, if you're like some haplogenetic dead end fucking rice cell, you will just use like the fact that you're a gentleman as like your greatest defining attribute. Uh, yeah, again, like he's like saying, "Oh, people in packs will like judge me for like walking alone." And again, that's so weird. Like they probably just look at you like there's a normal fucking guy just walking down the street. But in his mind, it's like, "Oh no, they think I'm a fucking loser because I'm like exactly like what did I? None of these 3 days have showed up naked in front of my fucking door. Like that's what he expected, bro. He literally thought this would be like a Seth Rogen movie where you walk in like into the frat and everyone's like drunk and passed out. Like, dude, I have the wickedest hangover. What even happened last night? Well, I was doing rails of coke and like fucking like 10 bitches at once. That's what college is like, right, guys? And that's literally what he thought his life was gonna become because he can't distinguish fiction from reality. But that's the second time he's like mentioned that like people will judge him for like being alone and shit like that. It's so stupid. Uh, all that money he could have got a little. He could have paid for a blimp. He never did any of the legwork. Only girls are troons say. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, he never put any of the work in. Wait, do we miss something? Okay, it's July 14th. A Dance with the Dangerous. A Dance with Dragons was released yesterday. The countdown is over, and there are less than 2 weeks before my 20th birthday. My emotions have been so much turmoil because of this. I feel so ashamed. Everything seems so bleak and hopeless. What is wrong with me? Why are other guys able to have sex and not me? I'm turning 20 soon, and I will be a 20-year-old virgin. How sad. I feel so worthless, never having been loved and embraced by a girl. Why do girls hate me so much? What is wrong with me? I crave for sex and pleasure and love. I think about it. I I think about it all the time. The desire never escapes me. I've always imagined it in my mind of my beautiful dream girl, my lovely blonde hair, blue or green eyes, a face to die for, and oh how I wish I could lick her from head to toe. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna fucking lick your toes, bitch. I'm gonna fucking stick my tongue in beneath your fucking toes. It's amazing that like Eliot has like this very, very specific girl he's after. Like, has to be tall, blonde, and like blue or green eyes. Who is willing to cuck on the blue eyes there, but he's upset when like girls have a fucking standard for like tall, like muscular guys who are douchebags. You know what I mean? Fuck, don't answer me then, Essler. Uh, fuck, I'm trying Bronx, bro. I bet he wasn't even bullied. No, he wasn't, Chan. He wasn't. Like he writes about it in my twisted world that like maybe like a girl said something rude to him and like that was enough to just totally buck break him. You know what I mean? Uh sorry, what was black girls would have went for him? Like all he had to do was lower his standards just a tiny bit. Like there were girls that line up to fucking suck his dick. I don't know, Bronx. I don't know what type of question you're asking. All this seethe and rage, but without having faced adversity, that's life's real problem to motivate people, like exercise. Yeah, like fuck, like he never embraced failure and he never even tried. Should have asked out T clips. Fuck, I think T clips might have been too insane for Eliot even. Uh I think about it all the time. I and we should cuddle afterwards, and our bodies intertwined in complete bliss. That is heaven. That is the sweetest heaven. I wish it were real. And why I can't do it for real? Why? 10 days. I only have 10 days left as a teenager. I bet there's teenagers who are younger than me having sex right this second. Fucking Chad 13-year-old kids getting their fucking cocks sucked are literally living rent free inside Eliot's head. Amazing. Save me, mommy pig clips! Oh! Fuck, I remember there were all these like girls with like retarded dyed hair and piercings saying, yeah, I would have fucked Eliot. Yeah, totally, man. Like, no. Eliot wouldn't have fucked you, bitch. Here I'm writing about the lack of sex while others teenage males are having sex. They are so much higher in life than me, and I can't stand it. It is tearing at my soul. What do I do? This is getting way out of hand. I need to do something drastic. A desperate situation requires drastic action. I live in Isla Vista now. There's been something I can do. Perhaps I should walk all over town and not go home till I've talked to a girl. I tried that last weekend, though, and ended up going to bed alone and crying in despair because of all the happy young couples I saw walking around. So you couldn't smile at a girl and say, like, hey, how are you doing? Or like anything. Like this guy has a car, his own fucking house, and there are people who have girlfriends who would throw their girls on the fucking corner to have a fucking car like he does. You know what I mean? I missed part one. Well, it's okay. You can go back and watch it. Because there isn't that much chat interaction. I'm trying to make this like a historical document. Uh, but yeah, just go back and watch it after this if you're interested, because part one is good too. I need to do something drastic. I can do perhaps I should walk all over town. Oh, or you know that I should just give it another try. What if I end up meeting a beautiful girl who is actually interested in me? Do I dare hope? I dreaded this for many months. I dreaded this now. I'm writing down the moment I am 20 years old. 20 years old and a virgin. I remember when I turned 18 and was feeling bad about it, because back then I was hoping that by now I would be I would have been loved by a sexy and sexed by a I I I would have been loved and sexed by a girl. Historical document for Susan. Yeah, I think Monkey Jones just made too many Eliot videos. Uh, Lonely and unwanted, while other men are pleasured and happy, I'm still in some damnable position. My journey in Santa Barbara has taken many strange turns now, but not for the better. It pains me to say for the first time, my walks in Isla Vista have been horrible experiences of shame, anger, and rejection. Every time I walk around Isla Vista, I see all these guys hanging out and walking with hot girls, or a guy walking and holding hands with a hot girl, and I'm all alone. Hot girls in Isla Vista don't even look at me. Secondly, I have just moved into a new apartment unit, and because I wanted my own single room, the apartment is very much like a dorm, and the, they randomly pair people with flatmates. Well, two flatmates just moved in the other room of my unit, and they're definitely not the kind of flatmates I expected nor wanted. Bro, dude, I thought my flatmates were gonna be like fucking jocks from Blue Mountain State, dude. Like, what the hell, bro? We're not doing lines of coke and fucking ripping fat bowls out of bongs here and fucking chicks. They're just interested in doing schoolwork. What the hell, man? Yeah, you know the ultimate beta move is when he expects a woman to approach him and initiate the sexual intercourse. Like, fuck, is he saying they're black? I think these guys were Hispanics, and like one of them was black. Is what I remember from my twisted world. Were you Monkey's BF when he went gay, Rudy? I don't know the monkey lore. I only watched his Elliot Rodger videos because that's all he was good for, was making those videos. Now that he's made those and there's no more Elliot content, I have no reason to watch him. Uh, yeah, you know what's the ultimate? That reminds me of when Spoonie, like, you remember Spoonie? He wouldn't cut his hair because like Guillermo del Toro might find him in a gas station and like recruit him to be an actor. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same mentality. You're just waiting for someone to swoop in and save your life from yourself. Uh, some kind of flatmates I expected nor wanted. In fact, they were absolutely horrible, and I despised them. They were immature, obnoxious louts. He's the only person I've ever seen use that word. They go out of their way to annoy me. Normally, I wouldn't associate with these kinds of people, but now I have to live with the same apartment as these scum. Are you fucking kidding me? Unfortunately, I don't have to live with them because I just went to the management office and told them my situation. They said that I could transfer to another unit this month, but it will cost me an extra $100, upping my rent to $900 a month. I agreed to go for the transfer. I will not spend my college life living with those repugnant idiots. And there's a lot of shit redacted there. But again, like, he doesn't have the interpersonal skills to fucking deal with someone he finds even slightly annoying. Like, these guys probably weren't that bad, and if he maybe got to know them, he could have went out and fucking done something fun with them. Who knows? I'm I am to move in 2 weeks. Hopefully, the news my flatmates will be more mature. I'm having such bad luck with my experience in Santa Barbara. Why? What have I done to desire this? This should not be how my college experience should be turning out. I must stay hopeful. I must. Hopefully, when I move to my new better place, things will start to work out. The school semester hasn't started yet. Maybe when I start school, I'll meet a girlfriend and find love. Who knows? Just staying positive. Well, I mean, did that work out? Did staying positive and doing nothing, expecting women to come to you, work out when you first tried it during the first college stint? Didn't think so. Didn't think so, Goy. The funny thing is that real hot alpha chads, not the fake roided manlets, by the way, but yeah, yeah, fuck. Well, Elliot wouldn't know that, man. Elliot wouldn't know how women actually like to be treated in reality because he only gets his fucking advice from like incel forums, incel.is, and like those like movies again. Sounds like he dodged a bullet. Sounds like they dodged a bullet. Yeah, exactly. Like literally, man. Yeah, exactly. It's their fucking Chad attitude. being obnoxious fucking louts that saved them in the end. My mother just moved. He needs to lift for the Lord to fill the void. The problem with that is that like he was lifting for a while, but when he didn't get immediate results, he just quit. And that's kind of Elliot's life in a nutshell. Is that like once something doesn't work, like he'll just quit, and like he'll and then he'll just expect other people to do things for him. Okay. My mother just moved into a new house yesterday, and I returned home to help her with the move. I'm returning home every weekend now, until I move to my new dorm in September 5th. My visits to home gave me a nice peaceful break from the misfortunes and ill luck that I have to face in Santa Barbara. I hate Santa Barbara, and I hate my new college. It's even worse than Moore Park. Oh no, Elliot! You tried to improve your life, but everything just ended up fucking worse. Oh, could it be that, like, your experience at Santa Barbara isn't actually worse, and it's because you built it up in your mind to be this, like, perfect thing that would save your life, and it turned out not to be? Is that the reason why you hate it so much? Uh, he's just sitting there all sad, waiting for someone to notice something horrific. Well, yeah, I mean, they did notice when something was terribly wrong with Elliot when he started opening fire on them, but by that point it was too late. They should have given the nice guy a chance. I hate Santa Barbara. There are so many hot girls there, especially blondes, just the kind I like, and yet I get none of it. They don't even give me a second look. Why do they think they are too good for me? I see all those other guys too who can easily get their attention, and I hate these people so much. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I really cannot believe it. I've done the unthinkable. I have started playing World of Warcraft again. Oh no. Elliot, you see that last little outburst of rage, because a lot of these like diary entries now are just feeling like he wants to vent, so he goes to his diary to write down all this shit. So all that emotion built up, and now he's back to playing WoW. And that's Elliot's dark fucking abyss there. Wow. But it might not actually be, because he actually has friends who play WoW. So maybe it'll be fucking good for him that he's finally socializing again, even if it's online. Fuck this damnable game. This is the second time I've gone back to it after quitting. I know it's a complete waste of time, but I just had to do it. It's a pitiful way to escape from this sick world. This society makes a mockery of me. I really feel that playing this game is the only thing I can do to escape, or at least to get some sense of escape. Every time I go to school, I walk past all these beautiful young people walking and talking and laughing together, couples holding hands and kissing. I cannot bear the sight. It wounds me, just like it has all throughout my teenage years, but now it's even worse. Whoops. Because I'm older and I'm still a lonelier virgin. I've never talked to anyone at school, and no one ever talks to me. I always go home from school crying when I well, maybe that's why people are laughing at you, Elliot, when they see you walking alone at night, because you're fucking crying your eyes out because you're like a virgin. That's probably why people are judging you. I've been living in my new dorm for more than a week now. It's so lonely here all by myself. Whole days go by without me talking to anyone. My new flatmate moves in a few days from now. I hope I can get along with him. Uh, my new flatmate has now moved in. He's a short, stocky guy named Spencer. Although he's not the best I could have hoped for, he seems mature enough. So like he was hoping for a guy that would just be like, "Hey Elliot, I'm looking alpha Chad, and like let's go out and get you some pussy, bro. We're just gonna teach you how to be a Chad, and then we're gonna go get you some pussy, bro." Like that's who he was hoping for. But oh no, poor Spencer. He's not enough. Uh, Yeah, at least it's not Minecraft, I imagine. I don't know. Minecraft. I don't know. Minecraft is a good game. You don't talk shit about Minecraft, okay? I've been living. Oh fuck! I have Minecraft. I have an RTX card, and I have Minecraft ray tracing. It's so sick. Uh, I'm living in my dorm for more than a week now. It's so lonely here all by myself. Whole days go by without me talking to anyone. My new flatmate. Oh yeah. My new flatmate has moved in. Enough, so it should be an unpleasant experience living with him. I was hoping for someone who could be my friend, though, someone who can help me out with my many problems, someone like Max. This Spencer didn't seem like the type who would do that. You see what I mean? Like, I literally just said that without even reading that part. I literally said he was hoping Spencer would be like a guy who could help him get pussy, and that's exactly what I said. I mean, this is video games we're talking about. I think it's too childish. Yeah, I think video games in general is a mistake, and you have to view all of them as like escapist material. Uh, but again, sometimes you need to relax and fucking play Warzone for 5 hours at a time. Didn't click for some reason. Oh well, at least he's mature and clean. I should be glad he's not a rowdy asshole like my old flatmates. This month has been absolutely horrible. I feel so terrible and lonely here in Santa Barbara, even with this new flatmate living in my apartment. Sometimes I would just walk around Isla Vista and try and make friends or meet girls, but I'd always end up walking back alone, rejected, and crying. I cry myself to sleep sometimes. My flatmate has probably heard me crying, even in the other room. How embarrassing. I thought he was out, but found he was in his room the whole time. He must think I'm such a loser. Always coming back from Isla Vista without any girl. Every other college student in Isla Vista is having sex but me. It's not fair. I'm starting to hate my flatmate just because he's here to witness me in my shame. It's such a good thing that he's also not bringing back any girls to his room. If he did, I would be so jealous and angry. Well, maybe your flatmate is actually sympathetic to you, Elliot. Maybe if you like talk to him or like like anything, he might he might be a potential friend. Maybe he's not disgusted with you crying, and he just understands that it's like you're stressed out and you're upset about shit. You know what I mean? Like fuck. Like if I heard my roommate crying, I wouldn't fucking think he's a pussy. I'd ask him what's wrong, Fuck. Most men are like that. Most kings tend to lift each other up. Uh, I would hate him even more. Uh, he once bragged to me that he used to have a girlfriend. How dare he? Like he just probably mentioned this in passing in conversation, whatever. How the fuck can an ugly, short little man like Spencer have a girlfriend and not me? Maybe he's lying. Or maybe his girlfriend is ugly too. Yeah, that's probably the case. I should never. I should. I should let it be. I've been playing WoW online. Yeah, so you see, like, if you have a girlfriend who's ugly, it like doesn't count. It needs to be like a hot fucking Stacy for it to count as an actual girlfriend. I've been playing WoW online with my friends. In my apprenticeship, I was in class and they were talking about sex scenes, and it made me say my BF plays Gears of War, but I said WoW by accident. Silence followed by what a nerd. That's funny. Yo, my friend, we were playing. He was playing RuneScape on the class computer in high school, like our first day of high school. And some fucking woman comes in and she sees him playing RuneScape, and she's like, "What faggot is playing RuneScape?" And he never played again. That was fucking hilarious. Elliot's standard of ugly are not to be trusted. If you're not like a 10 out of 10, you're a fucking you're an uggo to Elliot. Uggo's BTFO. With my friend James and Ellis a lot this month. James is an old friend of mine, and I met him in first grade, and we're still friends to this day. Though recently there has been some conflict between us. James and I have a lot in common, and I think uh, we are rather similar positions in life. We have similar problems, especially when it comes to girls. We always talk about our fantasies of revenge and power. Because of it, I always love talking to him about my hunger for power and wealth, about how awesome it would be to be powerful and weak destruction on those who have made my life miserable. He was, in fact, the only person I could talk to this about. I thought he felt the same way. I was wrong. When James and I were having our conversations, he was just joking, where I was completely serious. Holy fuck. So he finally thought he found someone to vent about his Fed posts to. But, Elliot couldn't hide his power level, so he drove away his only friend. I think Gator was molded by this fellow. Oh man, like Gator definitely feels the way Eliot does, but he's not as much of a man as Eliot is, so he's not gonna do his own day of retribution. He makes enough money. Gator makes enough money to subsist. Gator's like Eliot, but Eliot had the god complex. Eliot wanted to be the King Chad, but Gator just has like enough to subsist on, and that's all he needs. All he needs is to be the Janny, the head Janny. Crazy Town. Yeah, Melinda Haynes. I don't know who that is. Let's keep going. Uh, I want to believe it. I was completely serious. This is where we differ greatly. This is where the conflict arises. I really thought he was like me, but I wanted to believe it. But no, his heart is too soft. He's weak. It's a real pity. I enjoyed those conversations we had. It was a way for me to express and vent my anger and express myself. But I went a little too far with some of the things I said, and I seem to have disturbed him greatly. That damn little weakling. Oh fuck. I'd pay any kind of money to be a fly on the wall during that conversation where fucking Eliot's going off like Hitler about his fucking incel rebellion shit, and James realizes that like, oh god, like, oh fuck, what monster have I created by deciding to let this guy like vent to me? What should I stream about? I don't know, TJ. I don't know. Talk about uh talk about the what drives men to post their ass on the internet and become femboys, because I think that's an interesting subject. What drives men to seek attention out like that, like a woman? I mean, I know my answer, but I want to hear yours, DJ Axel. So I look forward to that stream. His heart is too soft. But when I went a little too far, this is probably why he's been acting cold towards me lately. For example, when we were once discussing what we would do if we became dictators with absolute power, I told him all the tortures. This is like the most unhealthy conversation to have, by the way. Like, what would you do if you just had like unlimited power and you could do whatever you want? I don't fucking know. I'd round up all the fat boys. That's what I do. That's the only thing I do. Tips cock cage. And I told him all the torturous things I'd do to the females if I had power, as revenge for how females treat me today. And it's true. What if I became, what if I became dictator of the U.S.? I would completely degrade the female population and give them the pain they gave me. When I talked to James about this, I seemed to have really scared him. Not only scared him, but disgusted him. He avoided me for a few weeks afterwards. I don't know why he would react this way. I really can't fathom it. His experience, the same projection from girls I do. He is a virgin, just like me. So why doesn't he have the same desires for revenge? Yeah, he's a virgin just like me, so why doesn't he have the same desires for revenge? I have contempt for weaklings like James and Ellis. Yeah, so he's like, why, you're a virgin like me? Why don't you want to kill and flay women alive? That doesn't make sense to me. This is kind of weird because what a cursed topic. Fine, for fuck's sakes. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, just, I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue. You have to look up who Cody D. Ross is. He is the Primarch femboy. And you have to look up who he is and kind of understand why people like him so much. And then you might further understand why men decide to post their asses online for attention. It's a very interesting subject. I was going to go into that myself one day, but apparently you can do it for me, DJ. My life my life flows in such a vicious circle. I keep losing hope and then regaining it, only to have lost it again. When my hope doesn't manifest into what I want yet, I keep clinging to hope. I keep believing or wanting to believe that there is a chance, a way to live a successful, happy life, to experience love, sex, and pleasure. There has to be a way. There just has to be. I may be a 20-year-old virgin, but it doesn't mean it's too late. To have lots of sex in the future. Time is ticking, and I need to do everything I can to get what I want, so crave for. I am so desperate for it, it's pathetic. I have quit WoW again. This is the third time I've quit that game, and it will be the final time. The month of September was wasted because of my depression. I cannot let this continue. I even dropped 2 of my college classes. I can't believe it. It's still not too late, though. I still have a chance. I could still make up for those 2 classes next semester if things work out. I've been making a huge effort to try and get a social life to meet some girls this month. Despite how horrible this semester started out, but no matter. How hard I try, things don't seem to be changing. I am still alone. I thought I bought myself some nice new clothes, and I got an antique of mine who is 22 to help me buy acquaintance of mine. Sorry. I got an acquaintance of mine who is 22 to help me buy some alcohol. Oh, I've been there, Elliot. I've been on the other side of that transaction. Fuck. How degenerate. How degenerate of me. But what's the point of having alcohol if I have no girls to share it with? What the fuck? What the fuck, nigga? Yo, what? What the fuck? Never mind. Every weekend for the past 4 weeks, I've walked down the area in Isla Vista where all the college parties are. Sometimes I would go with these 2 acquaintances of mine named Andy and Stan, and sometimes I would go by myself. The results are always the same. I'm never invited to any of the college parties going on, and here there are a lot of them. I've never met any girls. Hell, the girls don't even give me a second look. I'm invisible to them. They would much rather be with all those rowdy, obnoxious jocks and frat boys. The hot girls flock to these types of guys, and I hate them for it. I am a very nice, sophisticated gentleman, and all these beautiful girls would rather fool around with slops. The more I see, the more I'm filled with burning hatred. Well, the funny thing is, Elliot, that if you went up to one of these parties with a huge bottle of alcohol, like if you went with Grey Goose and Hennessy, they'd fucking let you in immediately and you'd be the man of the fucking party. Like that's all you had to do. All you had to do is buy Grey Goose and Hennessy, bro. Uh There's nothing wrong with being a femboy unless you get caught. Yeah, true words have never been spoken. Another month has gone by now, and I made a huge effort this month, but still nothing. How long can I go? Can I keep doing this? How much torture and humiliation can I take from the world? I must be very strong to have survived the cruelties of the world for this long. Elliot's like the strongest fucking warrior to even survive in Clown World. To simply survive in Clown World entitles him to at least 10 Victoria Crosses. Amazing. I just don't give up. He just doesn't give up, guys. I could have given up years ago, but the hope of experienced sex and love in the future kept me pressing on every second of every day. I think about the happy future for myself, a future in which I'm the man I want to be. A future where I can have sex and be loved by beautiful girls. I want to have a beautiful wife and to make love to her every night. Well, buddy, if you're hoping you're gonna get married and have a girl who's gonna fuck you every single night, man, you're dreaming. You're fucking dreaming. And make love to her every night and have children with her. But that's impossible for me. What's the point of living then if I can never have that? I should stop writing now. I'm starting to cry. Well, let's zoom in there if we can see any tear splats on the page. I don't think so. Hey Rudy, go fuck yourself, dude. Surely mom and dad could have brought you into the frat. I don't know. No, he had his own place at this point. The Halloween weekend was horrible. Uh, it's the time of year when this college town is the most crazy, and the streets were packed with college kids walking around in their little groups and cliques, acting immature and obnoxious to everyone. I, of course, went out for a stroll to see what opportunities would come my way. On Saturday and Sunday, I went out by myself, and on Monday, I went out with Andy and Stan and a few of their friends. During these times, I experienced things and saw things that were very hurtful. I saw guys walking around with their hot girlfriends, which enraged me tremendously. And he's out in the town with his boys, and it's still not good enough, you know? In his mind, he still doesn't have, like, a social life, even though he's hitting the strip with his fucking boys, you know what I mean? I saw guys kissing and making out with hot girlfriends in front of everyone. They must have felt like kings. On Friday, I was sitting at Slivergreen's restaurant by myself. Saw things that were hurtful. I've seen things that you wouldn't believe. I've seen Chads kissing their girls off the shoulders of Isla Vista. And Chads fucking their women on the beaches of Santa Barbara. These memories will all be washed away like tears in the rain. I was sitting at Silvergreen's restaurant by myself, and I saw guys hanging out with 3 hot blonde girls. They were all laughing together, and that guy was a total douchebag. I hate him so much. If only I could snap my fingers and it would all die a horrible, painful death. he's, he's gonna like Thanos snap his fingers, and they're gonna like decompose like a gift from Nurgle. But that is like a narcissistic power fantasy to hope you have like powers and abilities so that you can fucking kill people. Gator also has that problem. I think Gator really wants like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stand so he can like abuse people who fuck with him. Wizard minds. Think like a poke. Cock Cage is less gay than this kid. Oh, I don't know about that. Well, the cock cage is righteous because it is my no fat purity cage, bro. And total douchebag. I should snap my finger. I love that image of Eliot with the Infinity Gauntlet just snapping these people to death, and they fucking decompose while they're still conscious. It pains me to write about this. I feel so full of hatred and anger, and writing about it makes me feel those horrible memories come back. I will stop now before I have another emotional breakdown. I feel so insecure every time I go out now. I feel as if everyone thinks I'm a loser, but I'm not. I'm not a loser, you guys. I know I'm not. I'm not meant to be a loser. That's just what this cruel world wants me to think. In truth, they are the losers, and I am the winner. You see, in the real world, I may be the loser, but in World of Warcraft, it's you, my friend. You're the loser. I'll show them all. I always dress very well now, in expensive designer clothes. It makes me feel much better about myself when I go out in public. Well, I can attest to that, Eliot. I have a decent amount of money saved up from my monthly allowance and my presents from grandma, my parents and grandmother gave me, and I've been spending some of it on nice clothes. The more I do it, the better I feel. Well, I mean, you're just getting a rush spending fucking $100 on a fucking t-shirt, you know, like it's just that. Like it's just capitalism, buddy. He was a good boy. He gets off on feeling bad? Fuck. Big fan Rudy catching up on all the drama from across the pond. Yeah, fuck, I don't know. The Demo shit's fucking crazy. I don't know. Rudy lore's been pretty weak recently, but don't worry. Stay tuned. I feel on nice clothes, the more I do it, the better I feel. I look good in designer clothes, such as Hugo Boss, Armani, my favorites. Fuck you. Do what they told me. It's Thanksgiving now, and I'm back in my hometown for a week. For some reason, my visits home are very relieving. It's like taking a break from troubles in Santa Barbara. Yesterday, I went with my mother to a Thanksgiving party at Rob Lemonson's house. Rob is a family friend. The Thanksgiving was at one of his houses in the Palisades. James and Ellis were there too. They were these two douchebags named Julian and Leo. They are two people named Leo who I hate very much. Leo Burbenheim, and son of my father's friend, and Leo Ritzenbar, the son of one of Rob's friends. Are you guys keeping track of these familial relations? Because there will be a test later. Leo at this party was Leo Ritzenbar. He is a couple of years older than me. He's a couple years older than me, and his brother Julian is a year younger than me. I believe both brothers are loud, obnoxious, pot-smoking douchebags who always brag about all the girls they get, and they would never shut up. I was hoping they would choke on their own dinner, but I was sorely disappointed. It was nice to see James there. Well, that's what I thought at first. When I realized that the last time the two of us would ever spoke two of us ever spoke to each other. We had a huge argument online. James acted very coldly towards me when I first saw him, which was very unreasonable because he was the one who was in the wrong when we had our argument. He later warmed up when we sat down for dinner and started talking as if we were friends again, catching up on old times, laughing at how foolish Julian and Leo were acting. Despite this, he was still very distant from me. He treated me as if I'm a different person. I fear the kind of friendship we used to have is gone forever. Overall, the dinner was a pleasant experience. The food was great. Rob cooked a delicious turkey, and it was nice to be there after so much loneliness in Santa Barbara. The last weekend, I met up with my old friends Philip and Addison. Oh God, Addison, the guy who gave Eliot those terrible memories of being called a virgin and shit. They're now in the same room again. Let's see what happens. No new super chats. Last weekend I met up with my old friends Philip and Addison. It's been a while since I've seen them. Addison and I don't fight anymore. He used to be a great enemy of mine, and I can never forgive him for the way he treated me back in 2009/10. But recently we have come to certain agreements. The two of us are alike in a particular way. Wow, who knew that if you put aside your like fucking incel retard rhetoric and your thoughts of like Stacy's and fucking Chad's, that you might actually get along with people? Wow, who the fucking knew? Ugh. We're gonna have to get another beer in a minute. The two of us are alike in a particular way. We have similar views of the world. Philip was about the same as he's always been, a nice but weak person, pleasant to talk to and to be around. I enjoy spending time with him. We meet up at Casa Bonita Commons, and we went to my car to a restaurant in LA, and we went to the Griffith Park Observatory. I've been there quite a few times, and has such a spectacular view of the city and of LA. I was scared I'd see young couples there at the kind of place. It is the kind of place that attracts young couples who go there and make out under the stars. Thankfully, we didn't see anyone. Dodged a bullet there, Eliot. Well, I just finished the semester at SBCC. School is over. I started this semester with 5 classes and high hopes for a better life. I ended up only completing 2 classes because I dropped the rest out of frustration. My parents don't know, they cannot know. I have to make up for this next year. Why am I writing this? This should not be. I should not be in this position. I should have lost my virginity by now. Why? Why does it have to be this way? Is torture never going to end? Shall I be forever alone? This entire semester has just passed, and I haven't even gotten one girl, one phone number in my cell phone, not even once. This semester was supposed to be the first period of my life where I finally get to experience the things I missed out on for so long. I moved to Santa Barbara to get a new, fresh start, and to get the life I've always wanted. To have friends, to have a girlfriend, to have sex, to go to parties, to be accepted, to do all the things that people do my age. But no, it didn't happen. None of it happened, even though it's all around me. Everyone else does all those things. There are college parties all over the place here in Isla Vista, but am I invited? No. I am full of rage right now, but I'm still a virgin. I'm still an outcast. Everyone here hates me, and the girls are not attracted to me. They want to exclude me. Is every young person so exclusive and cruel? Everywhere I go, I'm excluded. They don't consider me a part of them, and it's ridiculous. Am I not human? It's I'm gonna start taking a shot every time he says that. It's ridiculous. Uh, If I'm not, then what am I? Well, you're a supreme gentle. Obviously, you're God, bro. The rest of humanity, no one wants me. I'm honestly starting to think there is no hope left. Uh, what keeps me going? But from the way things are turning out, it doesn't seem like there is any hope. I am doomed to be alone forever. I hate humanity for what it's done to me. Uh, we're in an interactive chat for a minute. Rudy is the internet lore master. Rudy isn't an internet lore master. He sucks. Fuck you. Quiz me on anything. Quiz me on anything. I'll give you an answer. Uh, he's like one of those players in the hood who makes big money in a flash of as well, with all the jealousy and envy gone, except for yeah, buddy. Well, no, part of the reason why those people in the hood like have like $10,000 worth of Jordans is because they can't spend their money on anything else. Like they can't buy a car, they can't buy property. All they can pay for is like shit you get in cash. Uh, I didn't read Chan's essay. Even if he, that's like a paragraph, bro. Even if he did get a girl, he probably lost it. Exactly, like you get a girl, and then you have to keep you have to keep the girlfriend. That's part of being a girl. Like, in Elliot's mind, it's like if I was able to have sex with a girl, she's my girlfriend. Uh, yo, Chan, did you block Greatest Ally Israel? Uh, Maybe he pissed off Susan. Who knows? And buy cars, and then the cops take it. Well, fuck. Yeah, like I don't know. Like if you're a gangster like that, you have to pay for everything in cash. It's as far as you can go. What essay? He's talking about the paragraph you wrote. The one where it says like all those players in the hood. He thinks that's a fucking like essay that's too long to read. He's TLDRing your fucking like 5 lines of text there. Yeah, who gives a shit? Back home in Woodland Hills again. I drove home a few days ago. My mother is allowing me to stay at home for longer time because of the holidays. I feel that it's insulting that I need to have permission in order to return to my mother's house. I should be able to visit her whenever I want. This is the way it is now. Ever since I moved to Santa Barbara, I was officially kicked out of my mother's household. She will never let me live in her house again. Apart from my short allowed visits, then again, I suppose it's for the best. By the way, in my twisted world, he doesn't mention this. Like, he doesn't mention why he was kicked out of his biological mother's house. He was kicked out of Samaya's house, but not like his mother's. Like, he doesn't mention that. I wonder why. I wonder what happened there. Uh, Felted. Thank you, Bronx. Uh, my mother's household, she will never let me live in her household again. Apart from my short allowed visits, I suppose it's for the best. When I think about the past couple of years living with my mom, there were years of loneliness, depression. My move to Santa Barbara was supposed to be a big step to change that, but it's all going so wrong. Last weekend, I went with my mother to a Christmas party in Leamington. They have quite a nice house, and their Christmas parties are always quite enjoyable. There was really good wine there, and I have always loved drinking wine. It makes me feel relaxed and at ease. But Elliot, I thought you said there was no point in drinking alcohol unless you can share it with a woman. But he sees the value in it here. James and Ellis were there, and we talked a lot. He was acting more friendly this time, but I could still detect there was bitterness he had towards me. I know he fears me. He's too much of a coward to admit it. Holy shit. This guy must have been like a supreme beta if fucking Elliot's felting him. My great failure in Santa Barbara has caused me too much grief. I've calmed down somewhat after going over the things in my mind and looking for future possibilities. I make myself feel better. I bought some new clothes this week, some designer jeans from Nordstrom, a couple of Armani shirts, and a Hugo Boss jacket. He bought a vintage Hugo Boss jacket. Ooh, based Elliot. I'm starting a new semester at UBCC next year. This is a new chance for me. I'm taking lots of classes. Hopefully, one of them I will meet a beautiful girl who is attracted to me. There is always possibilities in the future. I can't give up yet. I just can't. Uh, I keep failing, but then I regain hope. by looking to the future. This cycle has now repeated itself for years now. How long can it keep this up? When will I finally get what I want? I really don't know anymore. But so long as I see possibilities in the future, I will cling to this hope. Well, Elliot, just need to keep reading the law of attraction over and over again. Maybe it'll work this time. I think I got some spit on the fucking camera. Tomorrow I'm leaving for England. I'm going to spend a week there. Elliot, don't go to England. Don't go to England. It can't end well. Everything dies in England. Nothing good has come from England ever. And I'm from England. Okay, I can confirm it. The biggest one, my mother called me and told me that she and my sister are going to England for the holidays. She asked me if I wanted to come. At first, I said no. I felt this depressing period of my life. It's best not to have traveled and visited family, but it's been about 10 years since I visited my home country, and I haven't been on vacation for quite a while now. And I'll be staying at a nice hotel. At least, at last, decided that I might go as well. I feel frustrated about this because I've been visiting family that I haven't seen in a long time. And I'm at the point in my life now where I really don't want to show myself to people in my family because there's nothing good about me to show. Oh, that's depressing. I feel so ashamed of my life, and I don't want people to see that. I'll have to hide it and pretend that it is all good, but it will be very aggravating. I'm writing from my hotel in England. I've been here for a few days now, and it's been a nice experience. My hotel room is quite comfortable and warm, despite the damnable cold weather outside. Yeah, my hotel has heating. I'm living it up. This is true luxury now. We got heating. We spent Christmas with some family members on my mother's side. It was nice to see them, especially my grandmother. It's been such a long time since her last visit from England. I haven't been back to England for such a long time now. I've almost forgotten what it's like. Our last time here, to think it was 10 years ago. Yes, it was 10. It was the summer and after I graduated from Topanga Elementary School. It feels so good to be here. The people here in the people in California, I feel there's a real sense of community here. When I walked around the city of Colchester, I saw a lot of pretty girls, and they seemed to be nice too. Pretty girls who are actually nice. Oh fuck! Wow, it's almost as if the grass is greener on the other side. When I go back home to England, women give me tons of attention. Wow, I wonder why that is. Uh, I don't know. Could it be that you're just having a fresh perspective on things, and that like he's still walking around and not getting any sexual attention from girls, but like he's just in a new environment, so it seems better. Fuck. Can't be. That's almost unheard of in America. American girls are so mean and cruel. Perhaps it's different in England. It makes me wonder what my life would have been happier if I never moved to the US. If I grew up in England, could I have lived the life I want to? Would I have had a girlfriend? Would I not be a virgin? I never know. But the answer to that is because it's an alternate reality, and the best thing I can do is concentrate on the future. That's like the only like smart thing he said so far. Is like I shouldn't dwell on like what my life could have been, but he does that because like he's fantasizing about having a girlfriend when he doesn't actually have a girlfriend, and like being mad about it. Well, my trip to England is over now, and I'm back in California. Now, it was a nice trip and it went by very fast. I got to see some very nice sights, explored London and Colchester, and went to some exquisite restaurants. Now I'm back home and it's the last day of the year. I can't believe how fast this year was and how much I've failed. His whole life is yeeting for a girlfriend. Well, fuck, man. How new are you to Elliot, bro? How new are you to Elliot, Roger? Uh, there's there's pig clips out there. There's a pig clips out there for anyone. Yeah, exactly. Like there's probably like a half a girl who feels exactly the same way Elliot does in Santa Barbara. Like fuck, his roommates were nerdy, dorky fucking virgins like he was, and he still killed them. You know what I mean? Like fuck. Uh, Went to exquisite restaurants. I can't believe how I failed. This world keeps pushing me down into the dirt, and I keep pressing on. Today I'm going to the mall to shop for some new clothes. I got a lot of money for Christmas this year. Later tonight, I'm going with my father and stepmom to a New Year's party at their friend's house. I'm not really enthusiastic about it, but I have nowhere else to go for New Year's. Oh, fuck, buddy, that's rough. I know that feeling. I'm such a loner. At the party, I'll probably end up sitting by myself the whole time, sipping on a glass of wine. Other younger people will be having so much fun tonight, and I'm not invited to any party except the one my parents go to, and it's so sad. I remember feeling this way last. He killed his virgin roommates. What a dirtbag. All he had to do was pull a Mormon Shaggy and do a rub and tug. Well, I think the thing about Eliot is that, like, even if he got laid, like, even, like, if he said, like, he doesn't want prostitutes because it's, like, oh, he had to pay for sex or whatever. But, like, even if, like, Eliot did get a 10 out of 10 girlfriend, it still wouldn't have been enough for him. He still wouldn't have been, like, a Giga Chad who fucks, like, 500 women. He would have only fucked, like, 50. You know what I mean? So, like, it never would have been good enough for him. Uh, I mean, other accepting. I mean, just expect him to do other things. Other people write stories, create inventions, tinker cars, play video games. This guy complains about not having a girlfriend. I know, right? Like, fuck. There are like people who spend their entire life working on like a piece of artwork that ends up like fucking failing and shit like that. And all Elliot has to worry about is not having like his penis fucking suck. I remember feeling, there are things in life, Elliot, that are better than sex, bro. Like, seriously, man. Like, they're like, fuck. He's indulging in things that make him depressed. Yeah, like, he says, like, going on his walks make him depressed, but that's, like, his only hobby that he has now that he's quit playing fucking World of Warcraft. Like, fuck. Anyway. Let's continue. Alright. Where were we? Other young people are having so much fun tonight. I'm not invited to any parties except for my parents. I remember feeling this way last New Year's Eve and the one before that. A feeling of ominous depression. I remember last New Year's very clearly. I was on World of Warcraft and it was so dismal. I shouldn't dwell on it any further or get any more depressed. Time to go shopping. Wow, you see that? So when he's depressed, Elliot fills the void with consumerism and shit. And fuck, man, I remember spending a New Year's playing Modern Warfare 2, and when New Year's, when the timer actually counted down, everyone was firing up their guns into the air, and it was like a fun experience. But I don't know, but it's just another day, bro. And a lot of people, as you get older, you start to treat your birthdays and New Year's as like that. I just finished shopping and I feel quite satisfied with this new Hugo Boss shirt that I bought. It was $150, but it was so worth it. It's very flashy and stylish and goes well with the golden necklace I got from my grandmother for Christmas. I wear this golden necklace all the time now, and it has become very special to me. I think I'll wear this new shirt to New Year's Eve party tonight. It should make me feel more confident. Yo, yo, that's $150 for a t-shirt, boy. I got incredibly drunk last night. I had to. I was I was so enraged and upset and needed something to make me feel better. Holding myself more, I kept helping myself to more and more wine. I forgot how many glasses I had. The party was at Vincent's parents' house. Vincent, I hate that kid so much. His family has been friends with my father for many years. We met them through the Bruheims. Vincent is the same age as my sister, 4 years younger than me. When I was 13, he was 9. And he used to come over a lot with his parents. He was a little kid compared to me. And he actually looked up to me. He would always watch me play video games and ask me questions about them. Now I am 20 years old, he is 16, and he has a girlfriend. He doesn't, and I don't. He has a lot of friends that have parties, and I don't. And when we arrived at his house, Vincent wasn't actually there at first. He was at a teenage party at Leo's house. Leo, I hate him even more. My father went off to mingle with his friends, so I ended up just sitting at a couch sipping wine. Just like that, I thought, and then I had to listen to Vincent's horrible bitch of a mother tell everyone how beautiful Vincent's girlfriend is. I don't know how he had a girlfriend, though. From examining his Facebook, I knew he had a lot of female friends. This news really blew me over the edge. I I had to keep going to the bathroom to calm my fuming rage. It's like he literally goes to the bathroom and fucking crosses his arms and stamps his feet back and forth. What a fucking image. What a fucking image. I've been trying to post Nazi stuff for the last 10 minutes. Well, Bronx, bro, like, I haven't blocked you. I haven't prevented you from doing anything. You can post Nazi shit for, like, as long as you want. Susan has his shit locked down. I don't know. Again, if I get Janny, I don't fucking give a shit. I have all my videos downloaded. So, like, I'll just re-upload them. I don't give a shit. I just don't care anymore. I feel so crushed and defeated. How can Vincent, who is 4 years younger than me, have a girlfriend, and I don't? How can he surpass me in life so easily? What do girls see in this asshole? What don't they see in me? I hate him so much. He just sits on the toilet, growling in rage, pretending he is constipated. That's fucking hilarious. Number 2, who do you work for? I've been staying at my mother's house for another week before I go back to Santa Barbara. Before I go back to... where is it? To make friends, to have sex with girls, to enjoy this life as other people my age do. If this semester turns out like the last one, I end up dropping my classes, then I won't be able to finish community college by the summer of 2013, which is when my mother will stop paying me and I won't be able to get into a university by then, which will lead to my father cutting off his support as well. It will be the end of me. This is truly my last chance. I am very scared, and in all likelihood, society won't be any nicer to me this year than it was last year, but I have to tackle it all the same. I have to. I must do everything. I can get what I want. This is a matter of life and death, and I will prevail. So all he has to do to prevail is to simply show up to class and just shut the fuck up and like pass. Which that's all it takes to pass a fucking class in community college, is showing up. And no, you spit. I'm saying you can't post anything in YouTube chat. I don't fucking know. You're posting Nazi shit before. I don't know what's wrong, Bronx. But like all he has to do is like fucking shut the fuck up and pass community college, but he can't even do that because there's too many fucking like chads like making out with women that are fucking like filting him like every time he looks at them. Yesterday I went to meet with Philip and Addison. I went to the Philip's house first, and we all went into my car to hang out in the West Hollywood. It was an interesting experience. We first went to we went on a nice hike in the Hollywood Hills and reached the Hollywood sign. Fantastic view. I got some good pictures. After that, we went to the Beverly Center and walked around for a bit. I was wearing my new Hugo Boss shirt. I felt a bit more confident walking around in the mall. Then we went to the Getty Museum and made it there just before closing time. It was at the Getty Museum where Philip made a comment that pretty much ruined my night. He told Addison that a few girls checked him out at the mall, and this made me very jealous. I asked Philip if he saw any girls checking me out, and he said no, he didn't see any. You know, like I totally like fuck with someone by just saying that just to flex on them. But to Eliot, you know, it just isn't banter. That's serious, bro. Addison is lucky that he did not face retribution on Eliot's day. Oh fuck, man, this selfie stick is terrible. It's the worst selfie stick I've ever seen in my entire life. June's rock. His confidence comes from his fucking $150 Hugo Boss shirts. My confidence comes from other Hugo Boss shirts that I have. If a girl checked them out, he'd probably think they were insulting him. Yeah, he said that. He said that girls look at me and fucking, like, you know... He said that girls look at me and judge me for being retarded, but, you know, maybe they didn't think you were cool. Who knows? Who fucking knows? I asked him why he had to be so mean, and he told me he was just being honest. Well, that's actually like a true, that, you know, Eliot actually has a point here. Like, if you know your friend's biggest problem is the fact that he's a virgin, you probably should have poked the dragon on that one. Probably should have poked the dragon. Is that a protect? Oh, this is my cycling helmet. Yeah, this is my cycling helmet. Seriously, never ride a bike without a helmet. You will fucking die. Uh, his shirts are enhanced with seethe, a minor side effect. Yeah, well, his shirts probably make him feel worse because he's like, I'm wearing $10,000 worth of Gucci. Why aren't girls checking me out? You know what I mean? Like, fuck. So it's probably worse for him. He's a privileged shithead who wanted women to throw their pussy on him, essentially. Like, he really did believe he was like the hottest fucking person alive and wouldn't humble himself even for a second. Uh, he's just being honest. I was disadvantaged. How could girls check out Addison and not me? I was in my best shirt. My best shirt. My awesome shirt. My $150. With that, if I can't spend money on swag to get laid, what can I do? It's impossible. I see all these rich people who are fucking fabulous. When I look at the Hugo Boss ads, I see people who are happy. And when I buy Hugo Boss products, that doesn't become me. What the hell? No, this shirt does nothing. He should return it. Product defective. It didn't, I didn't become the people I saw in the fucking ad who were all happy and shit like that. Like that's what he saw. Only gay people say LOL. Anyway. I was so devastated. How is this possible? It's an impossibility in his mind. I'm better looking than Addison, that motherfucker. I couldn't take it anymore. I just had to be alone after all that. I walked away from them and found a nice, quiet, and found a nice, dark, quiet spot outside the museum where I started to cry. Hey guys, I'm Elliot Roger. I'm Elliot Roger, guys. And we just went on a fucking date to the museum. I'm literally Eliot. I'm literally Eliot. Uh, fuck. I gotta take a fat piss. So I'm gonna fuck. Let's leave you with Black Ops 2 music. Yeah, just 2 secs. I lied. We're actually getting beer. We're actually getting beer, so I will have to piss later again. So we're almost halfway through this. It takes longer with the cage on. Oh fuck, I actually have a funny story about that I probably shouldn't tell. So we won't. We'll just continue. So we're about halfway through now. So whoops. Yeah, so he's crying in the corner. Down 3 more before it's over. Whoa. Shit. These aren't my beers, by the way. So if my roommate comes out, he's gonna fucking yell at me. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to be alone after that. I went into a corner and started to cry. I cried for a while, and then I walked to the balcony overlooking the city and thought about the world and my place in it. The view from the Getty Museum was magnificent, especially at that night. All the lights of the city were spread out before me. Seeing it with tear-blurred eyes made it so surreal. That actually does sound pretty Kino. That sounds like a pretty Kino fucking thing. Except for the fact that the events leading up to it were that of a bitch. When the museum closed, I met I met Philip and Addison on the way out. I tried to hide my emotions, but I was bitter and depressed for the rest of the night. We later had dinner at a restaurant on the Sunset Boulevard, and then cruised around Hollywood for a bit. I hate Hollywood at night. Lots of young people walking about and lots of young couples. It reminds me of Isla Vista, and I will be going back there in a few days. Uh, the thought leaves me with a bitter taste in my mouth. When I arrived home, I couldn't help breaking down and crying some more. I was so emotional. Oh, boo-hoo, Elliot. Well, the good thing now about Hollywood is that it's full of fucking crackheads and homeless people. So, like, driving around in his fucking BMW and a $150 Hugo Boss shirt, he'd feel like a fucking king. Because that shirt is worth more than these homeless people make, pretty much ever. The beer, alcoholics just pound them and to get drunk. If you drink super slow, that's a good thing. No, I'm drinking these slow because I have to talk to you guys and fucking read this shit. Anyway, I got a fucking spillage here. I got a fucking spillage. You see that? I spilled my beer. But fuck it. We're just gonna keep going. Cause I'm a fucking king. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if I smell like beer and piss all day. Well, here I am, back at Santa Barbara. I haven't started school yet, and I feel very anticipated about this new semester. I've registered for 6 classes, and I have to make up for dropping 2 last year. I am very afraid. What if it all goes wrong and I end up dropping these classes? What then? Will it all be over? And and I know it. Ever since I hit puberty, my life has been it's been an unnatural life of frustration and silted something sexual desire. Society has treated me so cruelly for so many years. My move to Santa Barbara is my attempt to start anew, to give the world a chance. I thought I'd finally be able to have sex, what I've craved for, anticipated, love, sex. So far, I've only experienced failure and rejection. This new semester is my last hope. So we're going into the end game here. I'm sitting in my room alone. It's so dark and so lonely. I haven't started college yet, and it doesn't begin until the 23rd. I haven't spoken to anyone for a week, and I'm feeling very sad, very angry, and I've been thinking a lot about my life and my place in the world. My life is a great battle and a great struggle against those who want to oppress me. His life is a great battle against people who want to oppress him. Good God, Eliot. Other young people look at me and see someone who is different. They have cast me out and deemed me unworthy to fit in with them. They would have me die alone and unwanted. Well, that's most people in humanity. How many fucking homeless people do you walk past every day and not, like, pay attention to them? So oppressed. Yeah, he's like the most privileged kid ever. He's like leagues above me, and I'm fucking really privileged, like, fuck. My dad would never buy shit for me like that, He's so oppressed because people don't acknowledge that he has a fucking BMW. That's so fucking hilarious. That's so fucking funny. While they enjoy their happy lives, it angers me so much when I think about how lonely I've been for so long. Alone, alone, alone. This cannot go on. Time has gone by so fast, and it keeps remaining and I keep remaining in this position of failure. I want to prove to them that I am worthy, that I'm better than they are. I cannot take this anymore. My desire for sex is torture. Ever since puberty, I fantasized about having sex because girls deny me sex. I've had to live this torturous existence for years. The more I may remain a virgin, the more I desperately desire it. The worse life gets. I live such an unnatural existence as a male. I'm supposed to have sex with females, to mate with them and to make love to them. It's pleasurable bliss. That's all masculinity means to Eliot, is having sex. He doesn't know about the Volcel chads that have existed throughout history, and to make love to them in pleasurable bliss. But no, not me. Girls don't want to have sex with me. They've considered me inferior and unworthy of even their attention. Girls my age have never paid any attention to me my whole life. How can I consider myself a human when the females of my species don't even want to mate with me? He says mate with me like he's some sort of fucking animal. Uh, what am I then? And what is my purpose? How can they do this to me? I didn't do anything to deserve this ostracization from humanity. It breaks my heart to know how cruel and evil the world can be. It fills me with so much anger and hatred when I went through puberty when I was 14 years old, and I was so overwhelmed with sexual desire. My whole world changed that year. I was so overwhelmed with the concept of sex, it scared me deeply, and girls scared me as well. They made me so nervous, I thought I would never have sex, and sadly, I was right. When I was 17, this fact fully dawned on me, and I realized how brutally cruel the world really is, and that I would have these desires for sex and love, but unable to satisfy them because of humanity's rejection and disdain. 17 was the age when I started feeling extreme anger and hatred towards girls and the guys who get them, who take them from me. And my hatred for girls is now completely justified. It's despicable how cruel and malevolent they've treated me, especially since my desires to have sex with girls and make them feel good. They deserve to be punished for this. Oh yeah, punish me, daddy. Ooh ooh. Punished for this. Uh, Revenge has been my goal for so long. This has been my goal for so long, revenge. I never forget the wrongs people have dealt me, and the thing is, I don't want to believe that the world is like this. I want to believe that there is hope for good in the world, and that it is possible for me to get the happy life I want, where girls are attracted to me, and I can something. Look, yeah, looks like a page has been ripped out here. Uh, let's see. Let's see what chat's saying. He's an animal. He feels more than he thinks. Yeah, like it seems like he goes to his journal to vent about shit, but it's just shit that he's already vented about. So it's like his deep carnal desires that he just has to get out. Ugh. A lot of it's like this. Stop smacking your lips. Sorry, bud. Sorry, I'm not the greatest fucking speaker, and I have to do that because I have saliva building up in my mouth. Uh, Here, we'll just take a spit. There we go. Taking a spit. We'll do that from now. We're packing lips here, boys. Is this part of Damo's docs? Well, like this might as well be the Damo. Like Eliot's like pretty much on the same level as him. Smack them one. Again, fuck. You may notice I have a split in my lip. That's because of my genetics. Every time it's fucking winter, my lips start cracking up, and I get the fucking chapstick. You know, people actually like my thick lips. For some reason, people kept complimenting them. Tell us more about the cock cage pest. Oh fuck! If you remind me next time I'm streaming, I'll talk about it. I am feeling very depressed. I'm at the end of all hope. It's almost been a month since that traumatic day, the day I lost the lottery jackpot that I was meant to win. I was going to be, uh, I, I was going to be the record-breaking lottery winner of the 656 million. I still can't come to terms with the fact that I didn't win. I should not be in this position right now. If I had won, then I'd probably be driving one of my dream cars at this very instant, looking for a new mansion to buy. I'd probably have a girlfriend by now, and that's how my life should be, not this. Not this depression and suffering and loneliness. I can't stand looking at my cramped, lonely studio room apartment. Wow, so slave to the chapstick, nobody. So like he believes that if he wins the lottery, he'll get like a girlfriend, but he doesn't like see he doesn't think that that girl might be a fucking gold digger, and he doesn't see that like the car he has already is many people's fucking dream cars. Like my dream car is a fucking Honda Civic. Who does that? I don't know. I had to. I had to because people were complaining. Uh, where'd I go? I think we lost chat there for a second. We're back. Yeah, we still got plenty of power. I feel like it's suffocating me. I'm so lonely and depressed that it's hard to breathe. I can't breathe! It's so overwhelming. It's as if I'm trapped with no way out. What happens now? There is no hope for me, is there? I dropped out of all my college classes, something I feared I would do. I just didn't want to suffer another day at that horrible college with all those beautiful young couples walking around and looking down on me as if I'm inferior to them. I dropped my classes with the conviction that I would go return to college as a rich guy who could get all the girls. The fucking delusions of this man. Uh, who get all the girls. I thought I had a chance to become very rich very quickly. That's been desire for fucking 3 years running now. Holy shit. Uh, become very. I thought I would win the lottery. It was meant to be. I can't believe I didn't win. It was so shattering. What do I do now? I just watched a new episode of Game of Thrones Season 2, my favorite TV show. It just started airing at the beginning of this month. With the horrible way my life has been turning out lately, I can at least get a somewhat small sense of enjoyment from watching the show. Season 2 is very exciting, and it adapts the books very well. Yeah, dude, like the odds of you winning the lottery, like the odds of him going outside and like like finding a woman walking up to him and saying, "Hey, wanna fuck," is higher than him winning the lottery. But like the lot, he writes about this a lot. If you haven't read My Twisted World, any of you guys, you have to read it because there's like a whole section where he talks about the lottery and like like the extent that he went through to fucking win. Like it's crazy, man. I think this Powerball that he was talking about, the jackpot was like 600 million. He drove out of state for a full fucking day. He drove a full 24 hours to go spend like 5 grand on lottery tickets, and none of them won. What guy keeps a diary? I don't know. I guess Eliot did. He loves writing his fucking life down. Yeah. So the only like normal thing he writes about in his diary is like Game of Thrones. He snapped when he didn't win. Yeah, he did. You're right. He writes about that in My Twisted World, Bronx. He writes about how he destroys his computer with like a training sword, and how like his roommates heard him having a fucking panic attack, and they started laughing at him. Like that's the best part of My Twisted World is where he destroys his Alienware laptop with wine and shit like that. That was an amazing part. Um, I feel so lifeless. I have nothing to hope for anymore. We have Game of Thrones season 2, nigga, to look forward to. You got that? Uh, I have no hope for anymore. How could I ever become rich at a young age? That is my purpose in life. The only way I will ever experience sex and love. But I've lost the lottery. What other way is there? The jackpot was meant to be mine. Well, it wasn't because you didn't get the winning numbers, bitch. How do you know that, like, there was another supreme gentleman who won the lottery who was, like, 1 second away from getting a sweetheart, and now he has her? For the past few days, I felt so weak and defeated. This loneliness is killing me. Life is torture. I hate my flatmate Spencer so much. Ever since he was assigned to my flat, he has been there to witness all my failures and shame. We live in the same apartment unit, so it's not like I can hide my failure. It shows the fact that I've never brought a girl into my room is evidence enough that I'm a lonely virgin. The pain I feel because of my lonely virgin status. That's a fucking sentence. Yeah, at least Eliot died before the finale of Game of Thrones, because then he really would have had nothing else to live for. I've never brought a girl into my room is evidence enough that I'm a lonely virgin. My lonely virgin status is terrible enough, and the fact that this Spencer is around to witness it all, to judge me, makes everything worse. And lately he's been bringing this girl into his room. Oh no. The enemies are at the gates now, and they've breached the perimeter. When I first heard a female voice coming from inside his room, I was overcome with shock and indignation. Spencer is a short, chubby, and ugly little man. How in the world would he get this? How in the world does this ugly pig get a girl into his room? And I can't. How could he accomplish it before me? What the fuck is wrong with this world? Well, the reason why Eliot is so felted here is because he believes life is like a video game. You know, it would be like if a level 1 character from Borderlands could defeat the game without leveling up at all, and you were the max level and you couldn't even beat the first boss. You'd be completely confused because the logic of this game it doesn't make sense at all. But like it's real life, you know? So when I finally got a glimpse of the girl he was with, I saw that she was ugly and plain looking, and a wave of relief swept over me. There's no way I would be attracted to the girl Spencer was with, and yet Spencer gave me the most smug look after I saw her. I can't believe this slob had the nerve to be cocky about it. He probably thinks I'm jealous of him because he brought a girl over and I haven't yet. Well, fuck, I mean, you pretty much admitted to it. So he's right to assume that. And I haven't yet. A few days ago, I confronted him about this, telling him that his girl looks like an ugly whore, and he says he has no right to act cocky, and that made him quite angry and offended. To my satisfaction, how dare this fat little rodent act smug towards me, just because he brings trashy whore into his room? How dare he? And yet he starts telling me that I'm a weirdo and a lunatic. Ha! A fat little lowlife is calling me names. I'm superior to him in all ways. So this is a very very weird sentence, and I think we should stop and kind of dwell on it here. Like Eliot, who's depressed every fucking second of his life, believes he's superior to this man because like he's not as attractive as him. Oof, that's a very negative way to look at the world. There, it's kind of depressing. Eliot found out who Ethan Ralph was through Gamergate, and when he found out he was a virgin, he went postal. Yeah, he's like, oh my god. When was Ethan active? Because it's possible. What you just said is possible. Do an Adam impression. Uh, it's been a while since I've watched a Godwinson video. It's wild dissecting into his madness. Dude, I must be fucked as shit because to me this is like the most interesting shit ever. Yeah, like fuck, that's all like again, like when like if Eliot found Ethan, he'd realize that he was actually a Chad. I think you're referring to Eliot himself there, but like this should have been a wake up call to him. That even with his narcissistic perspective of life, he should have realized that oh god, like you know, if this fat ugly retard can get a fucking girl, like it must not be that much harder for me, fucking Chad, to do it. It's true. Okay, we're gonna keep going. He is superior. How is he superior? Like this guy's fucking happy with his life. He has a girl. He's not fucking depressed shooting people. I don't know. Today I went on a lonely, dismal stroll through Isla Vista. It's been a while since I've done this, and today was no different than my older walks throughout this cruel and brutal town. It filled me with despair. I saw groups of young, attractive college students walking together. Oh, I can only imagine how great life would be if I could be among them. If I could be among them, to be accepted. But there I was, walking alone as always. A few girls walked past me, but they looked at me as if I was a mouse, unworthy of breathing the same air as them. They see me as an unworthy and inferior man, and they throw themselves at men who think they are alpha males, the jocks, the frat boys. I am an outcast. When I walk around here miserable and alone, it is so terrifying to be at the bottom of the social ladder. When everyone around me treats me like an inferior form of life, I feel so small and vulnerable. The world is so cruel. What's the point of even living if I have to suffer through this? My life has been so meaningless. It's just another vent page. I now realize that I can never fit in with other younger people while I'm in my current position. with all these college kids think they're better than me, and thus they would never accept me to be among them. The truth is, I'm the one who's better than them. When I first moved to Santa Barbara, I thought I could finally live the life I thought other younger people lived. I thought I could finally have sex and go to parties and have fun. I was wrong. I'm different from other people my age. They see that I'm different, and so they treat me with cruelty and disdain. I can't be one of them, but I can rise above them. I am better than they are. Well, prove it, Eliot. Write your fucking story and prove that you're better than them. But, you can't do that because you won't even fucking start. I can rise above them. I am better than they are. I am more mature, more intelligent, and I'm special. I've always known this. I shouldn't be putting myself at the mercy of these cruel people by trying to fit in with them. I was completely at their mercy the entire time I've lived in Santa Barbara. All I got was rejection and ostracization. Instead of begging to join them, I should have been working to rise above them. I hate these people for the way they've treated me. Once I rise to a higher position in life, through gained power and wealth, I will show them how superior I am, and that I will be the ultimate revenge. Oh, how sweet. I actually had the same idea when I was in high school. I was kind of a suck up to the popular kids because I wanted to fit in. And then I realized eventually that they were just like fucking retards and that I could just do whatever I wanted. And I did do that. And I made actual genuine friends because I decided to do that. Yeah, imagine like sitting beside Eliot. And imagine sitting beside Eliot and like he's just looking at you and you know in your mind that he fucking envies you for your Chad genetics and everything. What a fucking mog. Eliot pretty much invented the term mogging because he doesn't use any incel rhetoric really in his manifesto or this his writings. He says he didn't like incels because they weren't willing to act on like his violent desires like he was. Ugh. Fuck, this is so much longer than the first one, but we're gonna keep going. Fuck work tomorrow. I'm gonna tell my boss, tell him I quit because YouTube is obviously working out for me. Oh god. We might need to buy another selfie stick first. Everyone is street smarts befriend the popular kids, just nerds who. We gotta fix the thing again. Well, that's the thing, Chan. Like a lot of Eliot's like social failings are simply because he was too awkward to fucking like he would never accept failure. He was such a perfectionist in his own personality that like going up to people and having them hear like when Addison said that he'd be a virgin forever, that fucking felted him for an entire year. And he never recovered from that. Because it was such a slight on his fucking self. Like, so there's no way he'd fucking survive actually being he'd never survive being actually being rejected, but apparently there is a video in the FBI's possession, and I can't wait until this is leaked. I can't wait until we're able to hack this out of the system. But there is a video of him actually walking up to women and them just ignoring him, and then he like walks away crying. Apparently that's real, and I can't wait until the day where that's fucking released. Felted. That's too long for Rudy to read. No, I can keep going, but fuck, it's just gonna be probably like another hour. I've decided to quit my summer classes and have signed up for 2 more of them. I attended them for 2 days before realizing that there really is no point to this anymore. I refuse to go to these classes, sit there for hours listening to these boring lectures, and spend so much time completing mundane homework assignments when nothing comes out of it. And that's not even the worst part of it. Every time I go to this college, I have to watch all these other males having the time of their lives while I suffer in misery and loneliness. I see them enjoying the company of girls. I see guys walking arm in arm with their hot girlfriends, laughing together and kissing. I see guys chatting up hot girls and exchanging phone numbers with them. They live such blissful lives of pleasure and fun, while I have to suffer every single day. It's not fair. I should be the one with the girls. I deserve it more than them. I hate them. How can they keep going on like this? This is a never-ending cycle of torture for me. I will not go on like this. I dropped my classes in the spring because I knew it was hopeless to keep trying this way. I formed the absolute goal that I would become wealthy at a young age as fast as possible, and then return to college and triumph as a superior rich man who can get all the girls. This is my purpose in life, to become wealthy and rise above everyone. I hate everyone who mistreats me, who ridiculed me, to make me envy them, just as I envy them. Envy me just as I envy them. I will not backtrack from this goal. I will not give up. My failure to win the Mega Millions lottery jackpot in March cannot mean the end of all possibility to become rich while I'm young. There has to be a way. Well, unfortunately, Eliot, the way that you would become rich is by selling pictures of your boy pussy online. It did work out. And there actually, I can't find this video, but there is a Hapa femboy who kind of looks like Eliot. And if he just waited out like a few years, he could have made it. But he would have hit the femboy wall by then. And it would have just been another like avenue of like narcissistic attention seeking. Really giving an eulogy for his BF? No. All the guys I was with were white. Where is it? Oh, becoming wealthy is my only hope to get the life I desire. But now, how will I do it? I've already come to the conclusion that writing an epic fiction story won't make me rich fast enough. That's if I make a story that will make it into a movie. There's a very small chance of that happening. It would take many years to acquire the wealth with that plan. It would take many years to acquire wealth with that plan. Oh, I gotta spit. Hold on. Ugh. It'll take many years to acquire wealth with that plan. I can't wait that long. Sexual starvation is torture. I don't want to wait 5 years until I can lose my virginity. How will I do it? The prospect is so daunting. It seems the only way is if I win the lottery. I can't help but wonder with a lot of dread what would happen if I fail to become successful and rich. What if it never what if it will never happen? What if I can never become wealthy? Then I won't be able to get a lonely I will be a lonely virgin forever. Girls won't see me see the value in me unless I have lots of money. Unless I fail to acquire this vast amount of money I need to attract girls, and I will forever be undesirable, forever loathed. No, just imagining such a dark future fills me with despair. I would rather die than live a life like this any longer. Wealth is my only way out. Without that, then I'm having nothing. Then I have nothing to live for. Nothing to live for but revenge. It's the first mention of the incel uprising. I fail to become wealthy, then I will have my revenge in any other way possible, no matter what the cost. This makes me think about the phrase I came up with: if I cannot join them, I will rise above them, and if I cannot rise above them, I will destroy them. So, like, the only way in Eliot's mind that he can possibly become happy is if he fucking wins the lottery. And the odds of that happening are like one. They're greater. The odds of him winning are greater than like the amount of cash he would have fucking won. So like in Eliot's mind, it's like completely fucking insurmountable that he could possibly ever be happy. Like this kind of reminds me of like black people who blame everything on like white people and like white privilege and stuff. Like they're never going to succeed because in their mind, like how could they possibly defeat white privilege? You know what I mean? Like in Eliot's mind, it's like, as Cyrax gets laid, can you wear your helmet at work? No, I have a construction helmet. I wear this helmet to work because I often ride my bike to work. write a story to get famous rather than just to write a cool story. What logic? Again, like he didn't, like the only people who succeed in creative endeavors are people who honestly wanted just to create. They had the will in their hearts to create like fiction. You know what I mean? So like if you're just making something for the masses that like a shit ton of people will buy and will make you rich, it just won't succeed because there's no soul in it. In your mind, you've already lost. You ride your bike with a helmet. Fuck, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm too much of a pussy. I had a near-death experience on my bike, and that kind of scared the shit out of me. So I wear my helmet now. And my dad literally bought this for me. Yeah, what up?
How many beers do you have?
What? I've had 4.
4?
Well, they were Raiders, weren't they?
They're Raiders. Yeah, you said you have like 1 or 2.
I'll pay him for it.
Alright, you'll pay for it.
I'll give him $5.
Okay.
All right. Ugh, anyway. No, that was my roommate. He's not my fucking boyfriend. I've been reading, and Furry's been quiet this whole time, but he fucking speaks up for that. I've been reading this book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and finding it to be very similar to The Secret. It gives a more in-depth view of the law of attraction, and I gave up on believing this concept. Over a year ago, but this book is... Oh, fuck. Invest in Rudy Schizo coin. You never know when my fucking roommate's gonna come in and yell at me for drinking his fucking beers. Yeah, I'll give Rainer $5. Yeah, I got money here. Don't worry, guys. I can totally afford the fucking brewskis. I've been reading this book called The Movie of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and I find it to be very similar to The Secret. It gives a more in-depth view of the laws of attraction. I gave up on believing this concept over a year ago, but this book is giving me renewed hope. What if such a power exists? So he's been on the fucking bender like this for a fucking year, for like more than a year. He keeps coming back to this, like the battered housewife, coming back to this fucking idea. What if I can harness this universal power and change my fate with my mind? If it does exist, who better than I, Eliot Rodger, to be the one to utilize it? I am special. My mind is more evolved than other people's. It doesn't hurt to try. I will study the concepts of this book more and more and meditate on it. We're into 2012 now. I turned 21 over a week ago. This is a very dismal and ominous period of my life. I'm getting older and older, and time is running short. He's having his midlife crisis at 21. I've never experienced the pleasures of having sex with a girl. The wealth I will attain in the future is my only way of making up for that. I am determined to acquire wealth very soon. I deserve it more than anyone else. The only way of gaining this wealth right now is through winning the Mega Millions lottery. This is my destiny. I am so certain of it. I was born to be wealthy, and I meant to win the lottery. This is the perfect, happy conclusion to all the suffering and mistreatment I've had to experience in my life. I believe I will win. Once the jackpot rises over 100 million, I will buy a ticket, and the ticket will be the winning ticket. I trust that the universe will align itself to my firm belief. I am powerful. Right now, I can only dream, fantasize. This fantasizing fuels my belief. It's what keeps me motivated and hopeful every day. I have something to live for now. Soon. The life I want will come to be. It only makes sense. It's only fair. I can live with my virginity and sexual starvation just a little longer, knowing that once I win the lottery, I will be able to satisfy all that I want. Girls will finally see my worth. They will be all over me. I can't wait! Does your roommate? No, I'll tell you a funny story about my roommate. When I got outed for being a femboy, my roommate was actually part of my Discord server, and I knew this, So I'm like, oh fuck. Like, I gotta be the one to go up there and tell him that I don't want him to find out for himself. So he's like an extreme liberal, by the way. So I go up there and I'm like, listen, buddy, there's something you don't know about me, and it's that I was a Nazi femboy on pole, and I've been exposed for it now. So if you want to see those pictures of me, and the first thing he says, he interrupts me, and he says, I just want to let you know that I don't hold anything against you for doing that, and I think it's fucked up that someone would do this to you. So, yeah, like, I really got felted there. Like, being exposed to all my libtard pals. Like, they literally don't give a shit. They think it's based. Like, I don't fucking did that, you know what I mean? Like, but no, like, he straight up left the server, like, as soon as, like, I told him that. And he said it was based, and I had the balls to just go up and, like, tell him that immediately. Yo, what up? Yo, what's up right here?
You got like, do you have cash or do you have?
Yeah, no, I got cash right here.
Like, transfers?
No, I got cash. How much do you want?
Like, do you have like $8 or something?
Oh, fuck. No, I'm gonna have to owe you back, bro.
Or like 7? So okay.
No, I do. I'm live streaming.
That's good.
I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it's fine. I actually I should have been more clear. You know?
What do you mean? You had a whole case.
Yeah, no, I actually, but I thought Hank and were pulling up.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll get you back tomorrow. Well, I got like everyone's cigarettes and shit like that at the cottage for this is money I have for the machine, the washing machine, by the way.
Well, you can just like 5. You like, do you want to just send me a transfer?
No, I'll fucking owe you back, dude. No, because usually I have fucking alcohol. And if there's some here, I want to drink it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's not good.
My bad. There you go. Are you cutting?
No, I'm not good.
Alright.
I'll be it.
Alright, don't know. Okay, we're back. We just had to settle the fucking beef from the mob there, or whatever. I literally give a shit. I'ma fucking steal your beer, nigga. I'ma steal your beer. Now I'm out of beer, so I'm gonna steal more, nigga. Extorted. What a tight ass. Oh fuck. Again, we're all fucking Jews, right? Because we all like again. I stole his fucking beer, so he kind of has to Jew me to get it. Lately, I've been going on long walks by myself around Griffith Park, and that wasn't my roommate. That was like his boy. So, no, he had like a whole crate of beer. He bought. He thought there was gonna be like 5 mans over here tonight, so he bought like a crate. So I just like took a shit ton because like fuck it, you know, I'm a king. I'm a fucking king. Whatever. He's a nice guy. I like him. I think it'll be about my failure and hopes and dreams. This is a very soothing experience, and it helps me strengthen my belief that I am destined to win the Mega Millions lottery and become a young multimillionaire. I have felt more confident with life, and I think about this. I feel a great surge of excitement when I imagine how happy and perfect my life would be once I won the Mega Millions jackpot, and to be able to fully indulge in everything I'm passionate about. Exotic cars, luxurious mansions, expensive clothes, and of course, sex with beautiful girls. I will drive a Maserati and a Lamborghini. When girls see me in those cars, they will all want to date me. They will finally see me as the supreme man. Well, until you get out of the Maserati and they see you're only like 5 foot nothing there, they won't want to fucking date you. How did you become a Nazi femboy, and how do your parents know? Well, tune into the DJ Axel stream, because he's gonna go over femboys in depth. So you'll know all the answers then, bro. Sigma Grindset taking Piers a 5-man gangbang. Your roommate told his friend go off the money already, by the way. No, like they literally don't care. Like my parents don't give a shit. Like my friends don't give a shit. It's just normal like behavior. You know, if you want to know how fucked up Toronto is, there you go. They will all want to date me. They'll all finally see me. They'll all finally see me as the supreme man that I'm meant to be. When I purchase a huge, beautiful mansion and take girls to it, they will be in love. I just know it. Once all this comes to fruition, I will finally lose my virginity. I will be able to have sex, 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 sex! No more lonely nights of masturbation. I will just be able to experience the real thing just as any other men do. Curse them, I crave for sex. I want to hold a beautiful girl's naked body against mine and feel her smooth, sexy skin. I want to lick her all over and make passionate love with her. I want to make her moan with delight as she orgasms, looking at me with love and lust in her eyes. I want to know what it feels like to fall asleep with a girl all cuddled up to me at night. I spent all my time meditating now, visualizing what my life will be like once I've won. I do feel very impatient though. My impatience will only make my victory much more satisfying. I'll only have to wait a little while longer. The money is coming, and I am certain of it. The jackpot is slowly rising, and in about a month, it should be over 100 million. My victory is only a month away. My desires for sex is overwhelming. Every time I go out and see beautiful girls everywhere, and the sight of them makes my whole body tingle. Sometimes I even get an erection when I look at them, and I can't control it. I hunger. This is so torturous. I can't it not to be able to satisfy my urges. The only way to deal with them is to think that when I am rich, which I will be soon, I can have all the sex I want. 5 days later, my hatred for my flatmate Spencer has intensified. And by the way, only British people use the term flatmate. That's like a purely British thing. This ugly idiot thinks he's better than me because I've never brought a girl into my room. For this entire year, I've shared my apartment unit with him. He has been making judgments about me as I've suffered through loneliness and rejection. I can hide how pathetic my life has been from others, but I can't hide it from him. He knows. That's why I hate him. And he knows the lease on this apartment is about to end, and I will never see him again. I'll be forever imprinted on his mind as the weird loner who can't get a girlfriend. This is so fucking weird. Again, this is like the desire of like autistic people to be viewed as a Chad by absolutely everyone. You can't fucking do that, and you'll just go insane like trying to chase that dragon of like popularity and people's affections. You'll just never get it. It's too late to prove my superiority to him. It's infuriating. I hope he catches a horrible disease and dies a painful death. Perhaps when I'm rich, I can track him down and quote him about how awesome my life has become. Yes, that's what I'll do. He will envy me. The Mega Millions jackpot is growing. I know I'm close to win soon. It makes perfect sense that I will win. I must remain faithful. I must truly believe that I will win. That is the key to achieving his power, despite my heightened faith that I will be the winner. It has been I've been feeling this lingering anxiety. It has been very worrying. My greatest fear often tugs at the back of my mind. What if this power doesn't exist? And what if I don't win? My whole life will be shattered. I cannot think that. I have to win. It's meant to be. It is my supreme purpose in life to be a young multimillionaire and to make all my enemies envy me. I can't have doubt. I must conquer my fears. I am now living in a new apartment unit after my lease on the old apartment ended. I transferred to a unit in the main complex of the Kapiri Apartments. Their main complex is located at the center of Isla Vista, closer to where all the parties happen. Not like that matters anymore. Soon I'll be driving to my mother's house with my winning lottery ticket, and then returning back to Isla Vista, I will have a brand new exotic car. Amazing. See what chat says. I can't wait for the dire entries after he loses. What's coming up? I tried being a people pleaser. It doesn't work. Yeah, like people can tell that you're just like sucking up to them and trying to gain their affection. If you're just a Chad, if you're just an autistic Chad and act however the fuck you want, people will respect you more because you dared to be yourself. I actually had a guy who I used to work with who was an incel and who really wanted to get laid, but he was such a Chad that he meets this girl who's like a fat fucking retard and he refuses to fuck her because she was gross. Did 4chan turn you into a femboy? So how I learned the Jeffree Stars is I don't know. I don't exactly know when I decided to become a femboy. Uh but I can safely say that like if you're straight, you won't become a femboy. You have to have like latent desires for that. And really, it was like the fact that it could be anonymous online and just do that. You know, I didn't show my face in any of those pictures. I didn't have like a Reddit or like a social media account. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was 4chan. Although maybe it was. Who knows? Again, that's for DJ Axel to go over. He's the expert on femboys. Where were we? I suffered through enough loneliness and rejection. I can't hide how pathetic I am. Oh, we went back. My life is over. I cannot begin to describe the level of rage and despair I'm in right now. I lost. He lost the lottery, guys. He didn't win. You know, his wow, what a shocker. Eliot had like a 1 in 10 billion chance of winning, and he lost. I built up all my hopes again, and it has been completely and mercilessly shattered. Back in September, I lost the Mega Millions jackpot, and so I surely thought I was destined to win. That defeat put me into the worst depression of my life. I was so depressed I couldn't even write in my diary. I just didn't have the motivation, but I still clung to the hope that the Mega Millions jackpot would rise high again. Oh, fuck. This guy never learns, man. He never learns. I only have to hope for being rich is the only way I can attract the girls I want. And winning the lottery is the only way I can become rich at my age. I have no talent. I have no talent as a singer or actor or anything like that. The lottery is the only way, and so I clung to the hope that in the last couple of months, the Mega Millions never rose that high again. And to my utter dismay, I grew impatient and then saw on the news that the Powerball jackpot is above 500 million. But California doesn't have the Powerball lottery. The only way for me to get tickets is to drive all the way to Arizona. You're gonna drive all the way from fucking LA to Arizona to buy lottery tickets. I found out about this jackpot. There was only a day left until the drawing. I would have to drive to Arizona right then and there in order to make it in time. I immediately thought about a younger couple I saw earlier in the day, and they were walking in Isla Vista holding hands and kissing. When they kissed, the guy placed his hands on the girlfriend's ass. The sight filled me with such envy and anguish. When I got home, I felt dizzy. That guy was living the life. His life is heaven. That's the only way I can have a girlfriend like that, to have that heavenly experience. It is to become very rich. I decided that I had to win that Powerball jackpot. I jumped into my car immediately and took off for Arizona at 1 in the morning. Holy shit. What an image. He's just on Google and he sees the Powerball go up. He's like, he's got to jump in the car immediately like fucking Batman, sliding down from his bat pole into the Batmobile. He's got to go like right this minute. He only thinks in absolutes, doesn't he? Imagine planning to win the lottery. Dude, like, there are like homeless people, like tons of homeless people play the lottery. And that shows you that like only idiots like truly believe that's like their only way out. His life is heaven because he has a girlfriend. Like, Chan, like, you're totally right. Like, Elliot's not, like, he's not thinking about the fact that this guy might have, like, debts. He might be, like, he might be, like, thousands in debt. He might not have a job. Like, he might have back problems that are gonna plague him for the rest of his life. But, like, he doesn't, he doesn't fucking see that. The greatest introspection is when he admits he has no talent. That's fucking hilarious. 5K, baby. Gonna win that 100 million. This kid lived in a bubble, man. Fuck. Yeah, the only time he ever left California was to go buy lottery tickets. Oh, my bad. A fucking asshole. He doesn't know the stream of life, baby. Okay. Walked into Isla Vista, they kissed. He woke up at 1 in the morning. This was destiny. It was a 6-hour journey, and I thought about the life I was meant to live. As I drove with determination, I spent $100 on fuel and $100 on tickets. So his life fucking utterly depends on winning this lottery, and he's only gonna spend $100 on tickets. You know, he's not gonna sell everything he owns to buy tickets to increase his odds as like high as they can possibly go. He's only gonna drop a bill on tickets. I'm surprised no one has done a deep dive on DJ Axel. I know nothing about these people. Like, if there's a story to tell, like, I'll only really talk about someone if there's like an interesting story to tell about him. I don't really know much about DJ Axel. The only experiences you should go rub and tug for that 100. As I drove with determination, it was so sure I'd win. After the drawing, I was so nervous to check the results that day that I waited. I waited until today. Today I checked the results, and that would have decided my fate. And I lost. How dare the world do this to me? Everything has been shattered. All my hopes, all my dreams shattered. In all caps. How could this be? I kept asking myself that. How could this be happening to me? My life is over. Without this victory, I have nothing to live for, nothing to hope for. After all this suffering, rejection, and injustice I've had to face in my life, and the long emotional journey I just took to Arizona, I truly believed I'd finally be victorious. I thought I'd be rich and finally prove my worth to the world. I thought I could finally have a girlfriend and have sex. As I drove to Arizona, I kept visualizing and dreaming about the heavenly life I'd have. He keeps describing like this life he wants is heavenly. And all that exists in his heavenly life that he wants is like sex and like dabbing on people who made fun of him in the past. The only true one, Surfer. Maybe he just got done watching the lottery ticket. A little bow. I would be rich, and my family would prove my worth to the world. Because he won the lottery, that would prove himself worthy. I could finally have a girlfriend and have sex. As I drove to Arizona, I kept visualizing and dreaming the lovely heavenly life I'd have. I live after my big lottery win. I pictured the beautiful blonde-haired girlfriend I would have, and even the children we would have together. This is the life I was meant to have, and it has been taken away from me today. Everything has been shattered and destroyed. I didn't win. No, I must have continued to live my miserable, sex-depraved life. It's kind of weird that he thinks that, like, the people who won the lottery over him, like, stole the victory from him. You know what I mean? That's fucking weird. Today I drove to Gurish Park in what the fuck? Golanda? Still in disbelief about what just happened. I walked around the grass for an hour thinking about my place in the world. I remembered walking in this same park a few months ago with high hopes that I would be rich by now. But now I have nothing to hope for. I can't believe I drove all the way to Arizona for a Powerball ticket only to lose. This can't be. I was meant to win. That it would have happened the perfect accumulation of all my tragic life. What must I do now? I've been asking myself that all day long. I am doomed to suffer this horrible, lonely life forever. I am sick and tired of this. What is the point to my life if I am just going to suffer rejection, humiliation, and loneliness? Women hate me. They reject me. They don't see any value in me. I never have I'll never have a girlfriend. I'll never have any children. I'll never have love without any hope of becoming rich. No girl will see any value in me. No girl ever has before. It's hopeless. I'm destined to be lonely and unwanted forever. Forced to watch other men enjoy women, all because women don't fancy me. Even though I'm a nice and beautiful gentleman, I deserve women more than any other man does. And yet, women give themselves to other men, but not to me. Evil bitches. How dare they? How dare they treat me this way? If I can never have the life I want to, then the only thing for me to live is revenge. I will not accept that I have to continue living this lonely life, rejected by women. I will not sit by and let them treat me this way. All women and the whole world, for that matter, must be punished for the injustices I've had to suffer through my whole life. I'm going to England again. My mother has been planning a second trip to England for a while now, and she's been talking about it for the last couple of months. I've never planned on going along. But recently she told me that she will be traveling on Virgin Atlantic Upper Class, a first-class trip to England. I can't deny that, no matter how lonely and bored I will be when I get there. Hell, I'm lonely and bored everywhere. So it's better to endure it in luxury after the horrific way my life has turned out recently. I need a way to help seize the pain and rocks. I've agreed to go along with my mother and sister to England. Now, this is the problem. Like, I've never ridden anything besides, like, economy class. And this guy has, like, his own house paid for by his fucking parents. He has, like, his own car paid for by his fucking parents. And he's, like, riding fucking first class tickets to England to go on a vacation, but he can't see the fucking, like, positives in that at all. It's only, oh god, like, I'm still gonna be fucking depressed anyway. So, like, I don't know. That's really the opinion. That's really Virgin Atlantic. I know, right? I like Eliot is so convinced that God is like punishing him by not making him win the lottery, but he doesn't realize that God is truly laughing at him. My Discord is whatever. Who gives a shit? You can go to Rudy's World and we'll talk there, buddy. Okay, let's keep going. I'm writing from my hotel in England. Wow, it's like his life hasn't changed in a fucking year. Because this is like the same shit we just already read. I'm writing from my hotel in England right now. I took my diary with me just in case I feel like writing, as I dwell around my hotel room, which I find to be very comfortable and luxurious, by the way. By the way, I just want to dab on anyone who might be reading this that I'm having a great time and my hotel is super luxurious. Well, I mean, he's not having a great time, but he's surrounded by drip and fucking, like, excessive shit. So, yeah, he's dabbing on everyone for that. By the way, I'm loving the perfect pork sausage they serve for breakfast. Oh, God. Room in England, far away from my life in America. Makes me feel like a temporary sensation for peace and escape. Well, why didn't he just ask his parents to study abroad in England? Like, fuck, he, like, every time he goes to England, he's really happy about how much attention he gets and how much better his life would have been if he lived in England. But he could just, like, ask his parents to study in fucking London, and they'd probably say yes. I can forget about my hellish circumstances for just a short period of time. This is a good time to meditate and contemplate. I will relish in this peace. This journey here was fabulous. Traveling on upper class made me feel prestigious and satisfied. Prestigious and satisfied. So he's only satisfied because, you know, he writes about, like, well, like, how good he felt buying that $150 Hugo Boss shirt. So it's like the only real pleasure he gets from life is, like, spending money. You know what I mean? So like winning all that money on the Mega Millions wouldn't have meant anything to him because he'd buy a fucking house on Beverly Hills and the asshole living right next to him would have a fucking bigger house. So like that would be like his next fucking thing that he's pissed off at. Uh, Traveling in upper class. I haven't since my life was ruined. His life was ruined after puberty. This is the third time in my life that I've traveled on upper class. The third time. The last two times were with father and Sumaya back when father was rich. Though I was little. I was too little to fully appreciate it. Back then, for his trip, I tried to enjoy every second of it. I had a lot of wine and champagne, getting quite drunk in the process. I watched the new Ice Age movie and had a nice sleep on my opulent first class bed seat. That does sound comfy as fuck. I look forward to experience it again on the trip home, but I dread actually getting there. Interesting note, in My Twisted World, he also mentions specifically watching the new Ice Age movie. He must have really enjoyed the new Ice Age movie then. Unironically, so do women love to spend money. He truly is a beta male. That's why he should have become a femboy, because he's so accustomed to just being pampered and fucking treated like a god. And like that should have been his fucking strategy. Fuck. Spending money is fun, but it can also be can also be called investing. Yeah, I felt that like my body pillow. Like when I bought that at Fan Expo, I spent like $400 on other shit, and like it feels. I don't know, like it feels good to have money flying out of your pocket, but then again, you're still just like a degenerate. Like you might as well just get drunk at that point. Spending money is fun, but it can also be investing. But investing also takes like mental like energy. Like you need to be smart in order to kind of do that effectively. But that's something that Eliot wasn't willing to learn. He just wanted everything to be handed to him. You know what I mean? Like if Eliot invested in like Dogecoin or something like that, like the second he didn't get any returns, he would have just sold it all and given it up. Okay. Ruined after puberty. Oh, blah blah blah. I can't believe it's already been a year since my last trip. Wait, what? No, he didn't wait a year. Okay, I thought that was like a year between journal entries. Holy fuck. I can't believe it's already been a year since my last trip to England, and here I am once again. This year went by in a blur, and I spent most of it wallowing in my loneliness. It was a year of misery and darkness. With all that, the only light being my hope that I can finally find a way to become rich, so that I can live the life I want as I sit there in my hotel room in England, the country of my birth. I think about everything that has transpired in my life to lead me up to this point. What is in store for me in the future? Is there any hope now? What can I do? What can I How can I escape this dark path? Money is the only way I can be attractive to girls. Without that, there is nothing to live for. And when I say money, I mean millions. This is the only way I can get a hot girl to go on a date with me. Yo, man. Straight up, it takes Elliot like $1 million minimum to go on a date. Uh, as I drive a supercar and live in a mansion, those stuck up bitches won't even notice me otherwise. Like, fuck. Wouldn't that be kind of boring? Wouldn't that kind of be boring? Your husband's only like claim to wealth. Like, you get mogged by the other billionaires you were living with because those guys actually acquired their wealth through like ingenious and like hard work, but you just got lucky. You know what I mean? Like, you'd still feel inferior to these people then. Even Jeffrey Dahmer was saved in the end. Bronx beats. It's not too late for you. I don't know. Was Jeffrey Dahmer saved, sir? Fuck. Okay. You guys hear that outside? My boys are having fun without me. And I hate them for it. Because they didn't invite me to go out there and bullshit with them. You know, that makes me hate them and makes me resent them. So now I'm going to get my weapon and commit a fucking massacre against them. But we should finish this first. Uh to share this amazing hotel room with me, to walk around London with me, and go sightseeing, to introduce her to my many grandmas and make them proud, to make them love her to this to make love to her in this opulent hotel bed. If only that's how it should be. But no, girls hate me. They aren't attracted to me. No girl wants to be my girlfriend. And so I sit here alone and unwanted, thinking about how my life should have turned about. Everything in life has turned out to be so twisted and wrong. It's truly amazing how long I've been able to endure such torment for so long. 2013. New Year's Day has passed. It's now 2013. So we're into the end stretch. The Isla Vista shooting took place in 2014. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Almost 80 pages into 114. Anyway, my last 8 years of my youth has been wasted away all because girls don't find me attractive. I'll never get back those 8 years. I haven't been allowed to truly live as other men do. The pleasure of sex has been denied to me. How will I ever make up for this? It's 2013 already. Dude, it's 2013. Like, it's the current year, buddy, and I still haven't had sex. It's the current year. Time keeps pressing on, and my life keeps staying miserable and unsatisfying. I can't stand this any longer. There has to be hope. I can't go on living without hope. The next day. 15 days later, I'm back in Santa Barbara once again. It was a long break, but here I am. The place that was meant to bring me opportunities to change my life for the better, only to enlighten me on how cruel, brutal the world is. Santa Barbara, a place of beauty and romance, where I thought I could have a fresh start to live the life I want. And yet, so far, it's only been a place where I've suffered even more loneliness and rejection. I'm suffering in an environment where everyone else is experiencing pleasure and fun. The pleasure and fun that I could have had here has been denied to me because no one wants to be my friend. No girls want to be my girlfriend. No girls want to have sex with me. They give their sex and affection to all those undeserving, rowdy, obnoxious boys. Are you guys getting the feeling of deja vu here again? Not to me, leaving me to wallow in my own loneliness and unworthiness. It's an absolute injustice, an insult that cannot go unpunished. If I can't have what I desire, then the only thing I can live for is to punish those who deny it for me. So now we're into the end game. Eliot finally realizes that his true purpose in life is to commit the day of retribution. I'll chat. Rudy desktop full of tweaker icons? What are you talking about? We got Warzone, we got TF2, we got Street Fighter 5, we got Fight Night, we got Black Ops 2 multiplayer, we got Manga in Theory and Practice, we got We Happy Few, yeah. Yeah, I'm a goomer, you know. Christ can save anyone if they're truly sincere. Well, I mean, everything about Eliot was a fucking lie. You know what I mean? Like, he was lying about, like, his, like, you know, he was changing himself to, like, appeal to these people who rejected him anyway. So, like, everything about him was fake. He should have just embraced his fucking nerd, like side and shit like that and started his own D&D group. That might have worked out. Who fucking knows? Okay. I'm not sure how I can. No one wants me. No one cares about me. I've also signed up for online classes this year. I can't walk into SBCC anymore. All those good-looking couples walking around makes me too envious. And yet, I don't know how the hell I even find the incentive to do all these useless online courses. I don't see the point anymore. How can I spend my college life in such a miserable state of loneliness and isolation? This is so unnatural and unhealthy. Well, Eliot has a base take on fucking Zoom classes and online learning. Based Eliot. And unhealthy. I should be out there among other people my age enjoying life and having sex with hot girls, but I can't because no one wants me. I hate humanity! And He keeps questioning whether or not he's actually human, and now he has the answer that he's not human. And I have an answer for you guys too, and that's that I need to take a piss again. So, enjoy Black Ops music for 30 more seconds. Wow, so we got more lads over. I'm missing out on some vital social fucking experience here because I have to just finish the fucking Elliot Roger thing. What a fucking life. Okay, anyway, here we go. Like I told you, being a big time E-celeb was the worst decision I ever made. I'm now missing out on vital time with my friends. Actually, every time I go outside, I have to see what I'm missing out on, especially in this college town of Isla Vista. There are beautiful blonde girls everywhere. It's unbearable. They slut around in their shorts showing off their sexy tanned legs every day. I have to see what I can't have, and it's horrible torture. It's torture. Torture. Their very existence mocks me, life, in such a cruel joke. I cannot take it anymore. And I have and to see these girls walking around with guys who don't deserve them, that's that's the ultimate insult. I deserve them. I deserve them so much more than those depraved, obnoxious jocks I always see them with. I am a supreme gentleman, and yet these girls think I'm scum. There must be something mentally wrong with them. They are so stupid. It's as if they are mentally ill. Girls would have to be mentally ill if they were choosing those stupid guys over me. The way their brains are wired. They are like animals, cruel, barbaric animals. They should be punished. Oh fuck. We're almost at the end here. But I do actually have boys over now. There's quite a few lads up in my roommate's room, so I kind of want to hang out with them and, be a normal functioning person of society. So we've been going for about 3 fucking hours now, and we have about 40 pages left. So we're just gonna fucking pick it up tomorrow then, lads. And we'll have plenty of my own beer, so we don't have to be fucking hassled by Jews trying to fucking, get some off of me. So we'll open it up here for a few more minutes and see what Chad has to say. We demand the child of God to be sacrificed so we can be immortal. That's damned, not saved. Based Catholicism. A filthy atheist, so I don't know. You're a Chad, bro. Would you rather read the manifesto of an incel psychopath than letting loose and having some laugh with the bros? Well, Chad, that's exactly what I'm about to do anyway. So, is there any other questions about incels? We'll pick this up tomorrow. We'll finish it off tomorrow. But you're right. I should stop. I shouldn't be like Eliot. I should be up there hanging out with the boys, and they probably bless me more beer too. And so show's over. Scammed. Scammed? Well, fuck. I've been going for 3 hours, dude. We'll pick it up tomorrow, same time. We'll finish it. We're almost done anyway. And then as a bonus, we'll do the incel fan attack streamer. Make sure you wear your helmet. Yeah, buddy. All right. Don't know, guys.